Alright, we are back with the Sulphur Winters, Svavelvinter, the role-playing game, the Conflux Saga, Intermission, some kind of chapter. This is the first quarter of year 10. And year 10, of course, referring to 10 years since the inauguration of the Chronolob. It's an even number! Who knows if that has any meaning at all. Since this fantasy world was actually kind of based on Mesopotamia, it really shouldn't, because they dealt with, what was it, base number of 6, wasn't it? Not 10? I think so. Isn't that why we have like 60 seconds to a minute and 60 minutes to an hour? Because and 12 months, because of the Mesopotamians had 6 as a base. I don't know.
I have no idea, but now I'm gonna have to look it up later.
Thanks for that rabbit hole.
That seems like a very smart thing, and smart people are saying things. So good, excellent.
I think it was because they were counting on like the fingers, like each digit, and if you do that on not the thumb, you get 12 altogether, and gets to be a base of 6. I don't know. I might be completely mistaken.
Maybe we should edit all of this out in postscript too. I don't know.
I heard it somewhere though. I swear I heard it somewhere. Anywho, we are in the cold part of the year. It's winter, folks. We haven't had winter since last year.
The endless winter.
Since 12 months ago?
Yeah, exactly. Since last year at this time, in fact. In game. It's the
still not
second
nearly
winter.
as cold as Marjura, though.
Exactly. It's the second winter since Marjura. And there's been intriguing stuff happening a little bit here, a little bit there, including, assassinations of Secret Service people in the Shadow Board. That was a triumph, wasn't it?
I'm making a note here. Huge success.
Huge success. I mean, you did kill her. That's Gowaragrumi is no more. Though that wasn't Sir Arteque in the group.
Listen, what we really wanted was to have festive wedding games, and those were interrupted, and we can't get those back.
So rude. I had a whole thing written up.
Right? It was just completely derailed. That's what happens when Tricorians and Paratornians come to Fundibéra, right? Yeah.
Ruin everything.
They ruin everything. Does anyone want to do the whole classic summary of last session thing for a Fate Eye? I'm running out of the chalice, by the way, but
I nominate not me.
This is a good idea.
I can run through it because I think I'm about to take a small loss.
Preemptive stocking up.
Yeah, right. Do slightly prevent the bleeding. So last session, the first part of the session was really. I think we did last session out of order. I think we actually the first thing we did was ran around looking for merchants we could force out, or Tricorian aligned merchants we could force out of Tricoria, because Geryon was a very, very unhappy man.
Yeah,
He usually is.
So I think we went to Famarul. Sound about right?
Yeah, you did.
A town known for its armors, heavily fortified, got a lot of good history about the Tapir Gate and a great story about tapirs, and the fact that the town's constantly in mourning. Then we discover that that's a terrible place to be, and we really should have been, off on the port of Tribra?
Yep.
Yes, the main Paratornian port. Sifanu actually figured that out for us, since we had absolutely no social prowess all evening.
This is what happens when the Hearthstone is not here. You have the wizard trying to talk to people.
Oh dear.
We got to Tribra, where a combination of, I think, again, mostly Sifanu, I think Sifanu learned this earlier, actually, that not only is that the main Paratornian port, but that's most likely where we are going to find House Shikello, or where they definitely have a factor's office. And House Shikello was certainly a traitorous trading house, if ever there was one. Now, again, remember, we didn't have any social prowess, so our attempt to deal with this largely consisted of Artegue wandering in and threateningly asking to see the manager, which only worked up until the middle management portion of the chain, where the middle manager decided he had a hell of a backbone, and he was going to ask the guard, or, we were going to have to leave, or he was going to have to get the guards involved. Artegue, of course, preempted this by caving in one of the guards' skulls. But then...
that's not what I told you to do, but that's what you interpreted. I mentioned wreck the shop, not the guy's face, but...
Well, he's company property too, right?
Next time.
Thank you. If you'd specified property damage, it would have been a lot more property damage. Regardless, so the guy died. Then, of course, instead of staying to, do what they were told, they just ran away screaming, which kind of poleaxed Artegue for a minute, until, again, Sifanu came to the rescue and carved "Don't do business with Tricoria" into the shop front. Then we hit across the street where we resurrected the dead dude as a strength 4 zombie. And then
that was
left.
wrong of me. That was so wrong of me.
We left while hopefully
Yes, it was a distraction.
Probably killed some people, let's be honest.
Yeah, probably did.
Then we rewound to what we started the episode doing, because we wanted to observe the passing of the chronolob. We hopped a boat back to Mixa so that Fundibéra could send her moon-worshipping disciple, that'd be Eldrida, directly to Bektor? No.
Yeah.
Bektor, yes, King's Cliff. Where Goat and Sifanu and Eldrida, were hot to take place in the midwinter bloodletting. Eldrida sacrificed a guy.
Allegedly.
Okay, Eldrida allegedly sacrificed a guy. Anyway.
I'm not saying nothing.
That's a big midwinter solstice event where you can ask questions to a Cargamishan symbolist oracle by asking other priests who ask the oracle because you can't talk to the oracle because you're unclean. Something like that. Sound about right?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Other than that, there was lots of witchy moon observances and human sacrifice, and, well, there was lots of blood, some screaming, large fires.
Yeah.
Eldrida? Oh, yes. Oh, there we go. Because this is why my notes aren't in order, because we sorted this out. Let me see. Eldrida ended the ritual by dancing in a blood rain, presumably from people being killed in some fashion.
Seems like a thing that Fundibéra would like, so that's what I do.
Yep. And she used her blood rain dance to cast clairvoyance, and determined there were a lot more people on Clustanova than there used to be, particularly a lot of Felix and folks at Master Curia's Academy. She also determined that the Restless are building a bridge of stones in the water to reach Clustanova, but it looked like in the 2 years we've been gone, they'd made it like a third of the way, so it wasn't an immediate problem yet. And then she checked in on Arhem, where there were a bunch of Restless wandering around, and she got to prove that our good friend Shaggle is still ambulatory, which not make me happy.
What?
What?
No?
I no, I didn't.
Am I just misremembering
Yeah,
that
you're
part?
misremembering that.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
that happens.
Shaggle was it? What did see him at her? I'm
Who did
sorry,
you see-
her or him? It at all.
Who did you see in Arhem then? Maybe I'm just making
No,
all
it
the
was
stuff
a
in
bunch
my
of
head.
Restless. There was a bunch of Restless walking around in the ruins. That was it. And they were doing
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a scribe to see if the Tricorians had returned yet, and they have not.
No.
Darn.
they haven't. Yeah, no, it was Restless people who were somewhere fresher, maybe Restless than the others, but it was just they were doing their monotonous things that they had done in life, repeated pointlessly over and over, repairing fishnets and stuff like that.
Yeah. There was no
Thank God I have you
Shaggle.
guys.
So yeah, that was it. They was just doing that. It's just restless people in Arm.
All right.
Which
Very
is
well.
bad enough, because, if you step ashore, I'm sure they're going to stop mending their fishnets and make you join them. In not so
Join us.
hospitable
In
fashion.
fishnetting?
Yes!
Doesn't sound so bad.
Yes! Eventually fishnetting. So that is a good rundown. That is what happened. I understand you've all been traveling to Trinsmyran to do things there. Or was that the plan? Because I have a vague memory
think
of
that
Rob
was the
saying
plan.
something like that.
No, we ended up back in Mixa because
Yep.
I think Eldrida's boss was kind enough to not abandon us at the place we'd been teleported to.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
And, gosh, I don't...
I know that...
Nope, past that I have no recollection and no notes, so...
Well, weren't
No,
we tracking
it
down
was-
that one guy with the cursed swords?
Oh, Artegue was still looking for Molbrock,
Malbrook, okay.
who
Yeah.
may or may not be Duke Comesti, but that may or may not has a big asterisk next to it.
Yeah. That means talking to people and hearing rumors and such like. So
Well,
you are
thank God
actually...
that
What was that?
we have somebody for that this round.
We might not wander around aimlessly.
So
Tell me what I
that's
want to
Mixa.
know. Whack!
So you're actually on Mixa right now. I was under the impression that you would be heading over to Trinsmyran at some point soon, which is why I invited someone here.
I mean, there's no reason we can't head to Trinsmyran. I have nothing in particular to do.
I could also just take a boat, presumably.
Because apparently someone has been sent by their boss there, as you would have seen in the shadow power descriptions. Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. She's there for very legitimate reasons, and not at all
Artegue has no
because
clue she's
she had
there, but
I can read it for you. The shadow turn isn't done yet, but... Or, no, wait. You did your thing, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was... Yeah, there we go. Apparently being rude and keeping secrets meant that the Empress couldn't deal with her right now, which in turn meant temporary exile from the entire goddamn continent. Whatever, it's not like Lady Brythanni actually wanted to be there for the birth of the baby prince or princess. The kid was probably going to be hideous. No, chatting up the old Milaki nobility was clearly a much better use of her time. She's basically in Milak too, to raise some influence there. So yeah, that's. But let me try to describe Mixa for you guys, since you are there, right? That is the thing.
Did we do introductions?
Oh no,
No,
we
we
didn't!
didn't.
I
Oh
think
my
we
god,
skipped that
I'm
entirely.
completely amiss. Let's do that.
he's so
Yep.
ready to go.
Yeah, I'm so ready to go. Okay, on the left
I was
we
wondering.
have. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I play Eldrida da Vumbra, and occasionally I get to play a shadow agent named Ingolma, but tonight I'm Eldrida. And as Eldrida, I am the party's sort of catch-all witch, huntress, wise witch woman. I really don't know, but she's definitely
You're
having
still figuring it
moral... she's having definite moral problems with the party. She started off this whole thing as, a pretty noble outlook on life, and they've really changed her dramatically. So, that's where we're at.
I am Harsamina. I play Nefria ab Coalhall, and I am a rabble-rousing Trinsmyran freedom fighter. That is who I play as an adventurer, and then I play the Shadow Power Fundibéra, who is kind of a big old witch. And not this game, but just generally, so Nefria, she rabble-rouses. She's the social one. So apparently when she's not around, things go awry.
Very south.
Never.
Hi, I'm Sifanu da Krimbydh. And I'm the disgraced doctor turned necromancer and catch-all wizard of the group. And I just learned moon magic last session, so that's going to be fun to play with.
Yes. Have we leveled up? We'll have to look at that.
I'm the infamous Rob. I get to play Sir Artegue da Fontra Cilor. Usually you can drop the Sir, and he's primarily involved with... Honestly, usually trying to keep everyone alive was the kicker, but no one's been in danger for a while, so it's really been easy going. I've gotten into all sorts of other trouble, tried to assassinate someone, figured out that's not my bailiwick. Who knew?
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it worked out for all concerned. Speaking of which, my name's Jessica. I don't have to go with an initial this time because I'm the only one. I'm on temporary loan for the Agents group. I play Lady Brythanni Wallswaith, usually Fontra Cilor's resident mean girl, temporarily exiled for reasons not unrelated. I also play the Shadow Power. Was originally the Princess of Fulda, now has given herself a glow up to be Empress of the Clavikian Empire.
Promoted herself, in fact. Yes. That's the best way to get a promotion.
No one stopped me, so...
Exactly.
True. Though we're beginning to see some attempts at, nibbling at the resistance there. Not directly at the Empress yet, though. We'll see. Yes, so now, as I mentioned, it's the first quarter of year 10 after the inauguration of the Chronolob. It is cold, it is winter, travel at your own risk. Though it's not too risky in the Dracorian Sea, even during winter. It's not going to be comfortable, but it's still not that bad. And you are apparently in Mixa, except for Lady Brythanni, who's right now in Milak, chatting up nobles there. It might be that you traveled by Mixa if we want to get the group together that way. That works for me.
What is the adventure like? What's our plan tonight, guys? Do we have any?
Yeah.
I was going to say it might make sense for it might make sense to have us meet in Milake, since Nefria is going to need to pick something up if she wants to do her thing this evening. And that thing can easily be sitting in Milake, but not Mixa, because Limer doesn't have any influence in Mixa. Fought a great sea battle there, though.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. Fundibéra would certainly have no problem just kind of also, portaling them to Milaki.
Limer personally is in Humbergond right now, so...
Well, they don't need to see Limer, they just want to pick up talk about this, they want to, Nefria pick up a pilot?
I got the sense
Which
you're talking about an influence use?
Yeah,
which I assume I can do anywhere Limer has 3?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Since Jess is in... Or, I'm sorry, Brythanni, Jess is, of course, not in, Trinsmyran at all, being in reality.
Only
but since Brythanni is in Milake, it then makes better sense, I think, to send Nefria to Milake as opposed to Humbergond.
Clearly,
that was my whole thought.
The pilot in question is in Rakma. Must be.
Yes.
Sure,
right?
That makes great sense.
Let me describe the island of Mixa while you are there, because you've been having so much fun there, and so on. I need the correct soundtrack here, specifically the Fishing Village soundtrack, because that's pretty much what we're doing here. Just because of that, I haven't actually uploaded it. God's teeth. Okay, okay, whatever. For now, you can just enjoy a different one. I'll fix that later. I'll fix it.
I believe in you.
This island is about 60 Tracorian miles south of the southernmost city of Trinsmyran. It is... You would think, being there, particularly, I think, maybe Sifanu and maybe Nefria. I don't know that Eldrida cares too much about such things. But those who care more about certainly Sifanu, because he is the intellectual of the group. Let's just say that this island would be a very, very prosperous one, sitting almost in the middle of the Tricorian Sea. Like it's like it's almost like the hub of 4 spokes around the sea, right? You see, like, okay, maybe it's a bit too northern. It's not in the middle, but you know, between 3 islands, definitely, right? But not so much so. It is, in fact, an island that is struggling economically. It's far from being rich. I don't think that any of you care too much about that, because you've never cared about, you know, hobnobbing with the rich people before. So
If it were a high-class place, we couldn't afford to be here.
True.
I suppose I did miss that in my sum up, by the way. We had to totally destroy the clothes Brythanni gave us.
Oops. It's surrounded by sheer cliffs. They are beautiful, and it's one of those characteristic signs that you're approaching Muxa is that you see the sheer cliffs of the island on the horizon, though hardly inviting as one approaches. Because how do you make berth around there and actually, you know, get onto the island with such a shoreline? But it's the guests. It's traditionally been some kind of how do I call it? Place to store unwanted subjects and nobles.
It's the island of exile.
Oh, let's not call them exiles. It's storage.
Misfit
storage.
toys.
Yes.
New Marjura.
Yes. Yes. Oh, this tradition goes way back, even before Marjura. It's cheaper to get here than it is to Marjura, after all. So if you have to really make someone angry to get exiled all the way to Marjura, because it's costly too, right? So emperors and kings, they've sent civil servants who have been, you know, too loyal to be actually executed to live the rest of their lives on this very sleepy island. And that is translated into an interesting mix of people on this island. On the one hand, you have the fishers who have always been here, who maybe we should call them the natives of the island. They have clustered in various fishing villages along the shoreline and ply their trade as fishers. That's what they do. And among them, and particularly in the capital of Vumbra, which you will recognize is very close to the name is very similar to the name of Vumbra on Trinsmyran. Very much a very high percentage of nobles and high-ranking civil servants walking around in these very small towns and still doing plying their trade. And their trade, of course, being engaging in high-level courtly intrigues for the island itself. It's not really, you know, affecting the empire as a whole. They're just intriguing with and against each other on the island.
Just makes something to do.
Exactly. You noble's got a noble.
Got to plot against someone.
Right?
Noble's got a noble.
Yeah. It has been said that the Malaki nobles who were exiled by Ganfrid Eelskull did take their refuge on the island, and particularly in the city of Vumbra. And that's where they have continued to apparently dream of governing and you know, controlling Trinsmyran itself. Yeah, they are there. You can see a lot of people walking around in very fine clothes and being very rich, and at least they attempt to be. And there are balls. Did you attend any balls?
I mean, do we look like the ball-going type, generally speaking?
I was gonna say,
Nah,
have you
not
met them?
I mean,
I mean, Artegue might
go
go to a noble party, but
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
Artegue's like
yeah.
attended some balls. I'm sure Nefria's attended to some balls, but like
okay.
Not here.
Womp womp.
yeah, there you go.
well, there must be. I mean, young impressionable nobles that Artegue could sleep with on his way through town. I mean, that's. So maybe dip into a ball, pick up some young ones, and leave. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that could happen. Like, it doesn't have the depravity of Fontra Cilor. It's not as the debauchery
You'll
just
be hard
isn't
pressed to
there.
find someplace that bad.
It just isn't there. They're very, very vanilla in comparison.
Well, Fundibéra is there now. Give it time.
Thank heavens.
And on the other hand, it doesn't have the riches of Tresilva and the opulence there. So it's kind of a vanilla version of the two, which is, I guess,
That's horrible.
just
Horribly boring.
diet whatever drink. Yeah.
Diet vanilla.
Sugar
Awesome.
free.
Ew. Like, it's the big K.
The only city, Navumbra, is characterized by about equal parts pride and incompetence. Many of the inhabitants think they are deserve to and entitled to live in palaces. Unfortunately, they don't have the money to. So there's also, as you're walking through the streets of Navumbra, as you've been connecting with Fundibéra, you will have been walking through all sorts of building projects in progress, with all the scaffolding in place that is supposed to erect an amazing palace at some point. But also very few actually working masons at the time. There are houses with decorated by statues that are probably supposed to represent some emperor or ancestor or king of something, but they were never quite finished, so they're kind of just half featured. Okay, it's a human. It's a human.
It's human shaped.
It's human.
It's all just kind of a blurry version. Like,
Yes, it's a blurry version of a human, and enormous window openings where there should be a window, but nobody ever actually introduced the window into the wall. It's just kind of a cutout that hasn't been opened as a window yet. It's,
place is
So
sad.
reality's
It
put a
feels very
filter on this whole
sad.
city.
yeah, and I don't know if you're gonna enjoy that side of thing, but walking through an triumph arch that looks very wobbly. I don't know if that's a thing you want to walk under. Some towers, ornamental towers, supposed to be there, but I'm sure one of them will tumble down while you're in town. It's a thing. It happens. Wear your hard hat in town. And also a bit of a forest of improvised spires. So yeah, you'd have to watch out there, and because houses crumble, things fall down. It's tiles, it's chunks of bricks and other things that come down from the buildings every once in a while, because they couldn't afford the good mortar. Yeah.
This place is sad. Why are we here again? Remind me why we're here again.
You brought us here.
Fundibéra is there. She's trying to get some shipyards going.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. My lady is wise. I'm sure that there is. I don't know. Let's
Maybe
get
she's
another
waiting for a
ship.
good breeze to blow the whole thing over, then she can just rebuild from scratch. They're called Fundibéra land.
You're right.
I mean, when Sir Artegue is a strong enough tectonist, he might be able to just raise a new city entirely from the.
You could also
ashes
give it a
of the
good
old
shake
one.
too.
Well, you have to clear the plate before you can start over.
Right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I
What
see.
a mess.
It would not be hard to make the whole city come tumbling down, basically, with a proper earthquake.
Okay, but
here.
what if Limer Späde would direct his political exiles down here, and we can like bolster that side of it just a little bit, or we could like take the masses through here as like a tour to mock like Tricorian opulence. Like, look at this, look at what they've done. Mock them like zoos or animals in a zoo.
Oh, I like what you're. I'm feeling what you're putting down.
Oh,
I kind of like that.
That's a
The
good one.
one problem with that might be that a lot of the nobles here are not just Paratornian, but also Trinsmyran, like eel skulls. There's like, I'm sure at whatever banquet you might have attended, there's going to be half a dozen Trinsmyran nobles who claim that they are direct descendants from Gunfrid Eelskull in so many generations, and they even have the scrolls to prove it, or the clay tablets to prove it. So there, none of the clay tablets are identical or in any way, because apparently Gunfrid had like 15 different children if you put them all together. You never know, and married like 5 times, or it gets messy if you compare all the different clay tablets. But they swear it, they're all direct descendants of Gunfrid Eelskull, and therefore the rightful heir of the kingdom of Trinsmyra and the Eelskull.
Who's not
I mean, that
down
makes-
to mock like delusional, usurped, like monarchs.
That makes sense to me. Our group. We love nobles.
like you can take them on tours. Look how delusional they are. Don't use whatever makeup
scientific.
that is. It makes you funny.
Do we have a
That's the
ranking
leg.
yet? Like,
So-
which group of nobles is the most illusional yet? You
I
haven't?
don't think we've interacted with the nobles enough yet to really
Yeah.
judge them.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think we might be send some scholars here to examine the exiled life on delusional
Right.
nobles. They can write whole theses about this.
Study
Yes.
comparative context.
Right? We can loop in like those cats from like Hoxo or whatever. I'm sure somebody might be into this. Nerds.
I mean,
Issachar.
for the professor of contrarianism might actually find that very amusing and interesting. Yeah, and certainly when it comes to, creating alternative facts for when you're making claims about your inheritance, for example, I'm sure that that could be a thing.
It's good to know that alternative facts has been going on a long time in many different worlds. It makes me feel a little better about my life.
I imagine there's some expertise in the Imperial Academy in Fontra Cilor too about alternative facts regarding descent.
Huxor,
Yes,
definitely there
would
was.
be. Though I would say that the Academy, and particularly the Lawyers Guild in Tresilva, will probably have the Fontra Cilorans beat on that, because they have access to Fabricus Veritae, and then it's true. That's
It's
how
a
it works.
very dangerous time for any Paratornan to
Yes.
wander
Yes,
into
it
Trinsmyra.
They're
Yeah.
lawyers. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. they're
Oh
not-
yes, we'll certainly call a ceasefire for lawyers.
Yeah. Let the legalists in. It'll be fine.
You won't? I'm almost shocked and dismayed. Only almost. So that was the island of Mixa. I guess you're traveling away from there towards Malak to meet up with a certain pilot quite quickly. Though, before we do that, if I recall correctly, Sifanu haven't leveled up yet. You crossed all the experiences, and we haven't actually had you level up your thing yet, have we?
I don't think so.
We haven't.
I think we talked about it a little bit, but I don't think we actually did.
No, we haven't. So let's do that. Level up Sifanu.
Ba-ba-da-da.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Ding.
So, do you want to shift around your bloods in any way?
Nah, I'm good for how they are.
I'm thinking so.
Wind 1.
That'd be great. You wanted moon magic as your next ability, right?
Yep.
Which is water. So.
Yeah, he's okay with that, for sure. Unless you want to shift your fire over to, but then if you ever learn pyromancy, you know, it's a whole thing. So you have now level 1 of moon magic, and you can curse people. What is the experience that we associate with this?
Oh, I attended that ritual, man. I saw some shit.
Attended the solstice ritual at King's Cliff.
That's also my experience with it. Things happen that we don't discuss.
Yes, this is another mountain situation. We're not talking about it.
Of course not. Of course not. Though you have some work left to. But I mean, you're already at this level. You are yeah. So it's gonna take a while before Eldrida levels up again.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I leveled and I remember I adjusted all my stats, so I think I'm average across the board, which
You
makes
are
me feel
indeed now,
good.
yes.
Yep. The most unmin-maxed character I've ever made. I just want you to know right here.
Just all over the place. Yeah.
It's all over.
I'm
That
just
can
excited
happen.
to learn what skill you'll pick up next.
You have no idea. It
Could be something weird like tax.
Could be anything. Could be anything at this point. You don't know. Don't try me.
Let's see, one dot of Bansakan. That sounds about right.
You want that?
Let's do that.
I mean, you practiced at a Bansakan Academy so far. Have you, sir? Or do you? No, you haven't. But she has.
Mm-hmm. That's
So-
how I learned my swordsman whatever stuff
Yes.
from the
No,
master,
your
as it were.
swordsmanship you learned from the sword, actually. You had a vision
Yeah, I haven't
about
been-
using the sword, and then you could use it. Which is a bit cooler, I think, maybe.
That's a pretty awesome sword. It's like, hey, you should be able to know how to use
is.
me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. It bonded with me. It's
Did.
it's a great thing. Trust me. I'm sure everything's fine.
You say
Right?
it's a great sword?
No.
No. All right. So we are thus going to leave the poor island of Mixa and travel on to mainland Trinsmyran. Then is that what we're saying?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just as I found the fishing village soundtrack.
Oh, we're gonna go through my hometown, I think. If we travel, no, wait, we're portaling there.
Only if you leave. So your hometown is just southeast of Rakma. Traveling to Rakma from Mixa doesn't take too long. It's gonna be like a day or so. Is this gonna be one of those times when you can't afford to travel again?
No, we managed to get on a boat last time. I'm sure we can do it again. Otherwise, we'll just steal a small boat and row.
Let's
Oh,
see how it
God.
goes.
It's
Where's
gotta
my
be stuck on
ship?
this crappy island.
Oh, it's probably sailing just back all on its own. Sad.
I mean, unless you want to use a fate die to get Fundibéra to get you a ship.
Not really.
That sounds really expensive.
Yeah, it isn't that.
All right, so bare bones travel. Here we go.
Mm-hmm, friendo. Mm-hmm.
I can afford it
Hooray!
for me.
Oh, the rest of us included then.
And ostensibly, Mikhail, could I give that success to someone else if they failed completely?
No.
So I
because I'm
had 2,
evil,
and I
evil
think
person.
our bare bones was 1.
Yeah, bare bones is 1, yes. So, no, you can't give that success.
Okay.
to someone,
Oh, just
'cause I'm an
curious.
evil man. I like
He's so
seeing
mean.
people wallowing in their own
Put
you
a-
know, poverty.
Put on your black robe and just sit there cowled like the Sith
Yes.
Lord you are.
Just like that, yes. Now you have me down. So, everybody else rolling their wealth here?
Where do I find wealth here on the new spreadsheet or
On
the new?
spreadsheet, you find it on the second page, bottom right corner.
You should
Below
be using.
equipment.
It's
You
going to
should
be
be
a,
using the one that looks like the old one now.
Oh,
I nominate Jess to roll for me. I believe I have a wealth of 1. Thank you.
I think you
no,
have 2.
because
Yeah.
yeah,
Really?
Alrighty,
Yep.
I
Yeah.
will go ahead and do that.
2 is the
Thank you,
base, I
ma'am.
think.
Yeah, 2 is.
Oh,
shit!
yeah.
You are traveling in style, my friend.
She
I
definitely
appreciate
is.
it.
Fundibéra
so
hooks you
much.
up.
Definitely is. Nice job. You
Oh,
can even
thank
get
you.
a cabin.
Oh my God! I love it.
How? Yeah,
cabin?
apparently
I've
that
never had
particular
a
day there was a
cabin.
cabin available. I don't know how that happened.
Speaking of wealth, can I just get you to confirm that I have the correct value on my sheet? There's been some
absolutely.
instability in my stats, so I just want to make sure that I'm.
I really need to clean out the old sheet so we don't get confused anymore. But I haven't done it this week because I was busy doing other things. If I'm going strictly by,
Yes, join
That
us.
and
Be
the-
destitute.
That and the reputation were what were on her original sheet from way back, and I didn't have a value for either of those on my other
Ah.
sheets, so I'm not sure what to do.
So by the book it would be like that, but I am sure you've been given a lump sum at some point, haven't you?
The answer is yes.
Nefria is struggling this time. She's gonna have to stow away somewhere.
Yeah, I'll just put her in my luggage.
I mean,
Oh my God.
rely on my reputation somehow to get me through as a freedom fighter, traveling across.
Just talk your way into a free ticket.
Nefria could talk her way, yes. Why don't we do that?
All right. Just roll water. That's like 3, right?
If you want to do this, you can even go ahead with Machinator and everything. Like, you have your Machinator, which allows you to convince people to do what you want them to, if you want to spend a fate die on it. But then again, you have 11, so, you know, it's not like you're lacking anything here. And, yeah, so... You need to get your
I've lost.
inexhaustible knapsack experience done at some point.
I know. It's like the thing that's preventing me from leveling up right now.
Yeah. Oh, are you gonna
This might be a
find?
good
Are you
time
gonna
to pull
find
out
a
a pass.
ticket? Are you gonna find a ticket in your inexhaustible knapsack now? Just because we said
Hey,
that.
There's a
There you
thought.
go.
I'll roll for that. All right.
Let's see.
Or something you
Inexhaustible
could trade to get one.
Or something. Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna be an item with an artifact bonus. Water plus at least 1 fate die.
All right.
It
water
would be
plus-
difficulty 3 because this is very unusual or very specific. So it's literally a ticket to get across, right?
All right. So I'm gonna rephrase it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna go ticket specific. I'm gonna say a direct means to a ticket.
Ah, so a larger and more expensive item like a sword or a bow that you could exchange for a ticket.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, that's difficulty 2.
Or like money itself.
It's gonna be an item, but you can exchange it for. So
All right.
you stole it from a hapless Tracorian officer. There you go.
Fair.
So 4 dice in total, then. That was
Ouch.
not an impressive roll. You now have a really good reason to check off that experience because you do find
There you go.
places in the most unusual of you do find things in the most unlikely of places. So roll 3 dice and you.
Let me just reach in here a bit further.
Exactly.
It's at the very
Gosh.
bottom. I know it.
The bottom.
Damn it, that's just chapstick.
There we go. Okay. Since you didn't get 6 on the roll, what is the cost of this to you? Are you taking maybe a point of exhaustion or something?
There was something in your sack and it bit you.
You might have cut your hand on something, or just doubting your own abilities or something.
Let's take like a point of exhaustion. Like that was a lot of digging. You know what I mean?
It
like
was
that
a lot
was.
of digging. Yeah.
Animals fell in. You know, it was a whole thing.
But now, Nefria, you are cleared to level up. And you also have a ticket for the boat. So, so on the boat then. We are on the ocean now, aren't we? No more. There we go. So what do you want to level up in here, Nefria?
Not the knapsack.
You can.
You want to get command?
Oh right, we were talking about this on the rules channel in the Discord, that we're gonna kind of reframe command a little bit because the way the rules as written have coded command, it means that everybody who's commanding an army of 5,000 people, troops, are Napoleon, which is a bit sad and silly. So instead of doing that, we're going to say, you as a commander, you can try to command larger troop forces, but you will the opposing side will get bonus dice to their roll by every step below what your command level should be, your command level actually is. So if you're trying to command a too large force, that's going to help the enemy. They will be able to, your inexperience at commanding large troop numbers will give them bonuses, basically. And that will allow us to send out incompetent commanders in charge of large forces and have them be smacked, just in real life.
Looking at you, Tracorian Army 5.
So,
Well,
if you
know.
want to level up command, that's fine, but I'm just going to give you permission right now to command larger troops than you have done before, because even with command 1, but at a penalty.
Yeah, giving your opponents bonus die is a terrible, terrible choice.
It is a terrible choice, but it's there if you want it. It was just an FYI. You also have used a lot of Machinator, maybe more than profanity so far.
Double down on what you love. The lying.
I do love the lying. I really,
Right.
really do. But I also kind of want like a rank in the resistance army.
Mm-hmm.
And like maybe see about like commanding like a little group of guys there.
Yeah.
With 2 dots of commander, you can cover all your wolfkin.
You can.
Right? Let's go. All right, I'm going to take one in Machinator, and if I can try to pull off what I'm going to try to pull off tonight, I'll reward myself when I level up with command from it.
So at the moment, you formally have the rank of Corporal Nefria. The next command level would give you the rank of Captain Nefria. Cool stuff. But you are leveling up Machinator, and let's see now. That is going to be... Then you get a new expertise, of course. So as a Machinator, you already have the Rabble Rouser. The other expertises are Hooks, discerning an NPC's darkest secret and then use it against them. Insight, when you meet an NPC, you can guess their true motivations. Discretion is using Machinator for stealth purposes. And Gossip is mastered at spreading false rumors.
Oh, false rumors, though.
Yeah.
Every time we screwed up, we ended up blaming the Tricorians for it, and that's been working out really well.
I know, right? Like, that's been really good.
So, like, the ability to just make shit up about someone and make it be true.
I think it lets you build their reputation too.
Yes, you do that. So, giving one chosen individual plus 1 reputation is normally difficulty 2. So you're actually giving someone more reputation as you go. Even if they haven't done the thing.
Oh, that's like really nice.
Sounds to me like we have a winner in Gossip, doesn't it? I think Lady Brythanni is getting some competition here in terms of Mean Girl stuff. Mean Girl status.
It's not Mean Girl. It's social engineering. It's psyops. It's different when it's the military. Like,
You're not wrong.
we're legit.
I mean, I suspect the difference is that Nefria actually cares, whereas like Brythanni gives 0 fucks.
You're right. Like,
I don't know that
motivation.
you think she cares. I'm still questioning. It's all questionable to me.
I am certain that she's dedicated to the cause of bringing down the Tricorian Empire. Beyond that, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, no, this is fine. This is exactly
What new?
Let's go with Gossip.
No, what new experience do we want to connect to this?
Man, I gotta go with Goat's suggestion there, with Sifanu's mention of just constantly lying about what the Tricorian army or Tricorian Empire has done.
I lied about
All the time.
All the time.
Tricorian
All the
army.
lies.
Actually
Every
lies
lie.
without...
It's a lie.
And people believed it.
Yes. And they believed it.
Can you believe that they believed it? Yeah, apparently they did.
Oh my god.
All right. That's great. Level 2. Actually, level 3, because you started level 1 and you leveled up Ty. So in D&D terms, you're level 3.
Woo.
Woo. The City of Rakma. That is... Unless you all want to do something on the ship. It'll take you a grand total of probably a day or so to get there.
Well, that's hardly time to unpack.
Right?
Sifanu just got the good couch out by the time the ship docks.
Okay, maybe 2 days. Maybe 2 days. Okay, maybe 2 days. 2 days to get there.
It is winter after all.
It is winter after all. So maybe even 3 days. Ooh, I'm a cruel man now. Yes.
Icy.
Yeah. I see it is. Yes. It's going to be slippery to walk across that caravel deck. Absolutely. But the City of Rakma, it's... you've been here before, haven't you?
Yeah, this is the university, right?
No.
No,
Or the
that's
giant library.
That's Issaquah.
But I think we came
The
through
giant
back-
library?
The giant library is at
Issaquah.
Issaquah up here.
Oh.
Yeah. Rakma is the capital of the province of Milak.
I feel like we had to have been. I mean, we've been in Coalhall
Goodness.
before.
Yeah. I'm not sure you've actually been inside Rakma, though.
Well, it's possible. I know we've been to Coalhall.
You've been to a lot of places around here. Coalhall. You were kind of sniffing at going to Yersin and then decided not to because it was kind of too hot. And then you've been to Sontrapna. You've definitely been to Vumbra, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As you were going
and
to
Godfrey's Rock.
Yeah, exactly. Silver Sound.
Because that's my hometown. So yes,
Yeah, exactly.
I recall being there.
But I'm not sure you've been to Rakma, even though, at least not when in this campaign you haven't.
Either way, do we pick up Brythanni here?
Yes, exactly. And this place, like, it is an old, the old capital of the province. It is surrounded by a ring wall, a sturdy city wall. And it's gonna be a nice homecoming in a lot of ways for the Trinsmyrans in the group, because here people sing all the time. Isn't it nice?
Now I remember.
So,
Did we do a prisoner exchange here?
Nefria and Eldrida will feel right at home when you hear the singing and the metal music. Yep, this is where we're at. I mean, the metal music isn't specific for Rakma, but it's specific for the whole island. There used to be a large army camp just outside of Rakma for the Trakorian mercenaries. Apparently, they have left.
Damn straight.
Right, Limer?
Yes, I'm shocked.
And there was also the Trakorians made a bunch of holes in the city wall so they couldn't resist Trakorian occupation. Is it the case that Limer is rebuilding that?
Oh heavens, yes.
Yes.
Can't let a good wall go to waste.
We're very interested in defending ourselves, it turns out, here in Trinsmyran.
Strange, but yes. So yeah, I need more like medieval party music for this.
No freedom, no peace.
Exactly. There's going to be a lot of ships here with from Palamux for obvious reasons. This is where the trade connection is. Like it's freedom, and we're trading in freedom fries here. So we're not trading with Langoks. We're not trading with Paratornians. We're just trading with lots of onions. Apparently, are being imported right now because that's a staple of Lasimos. They love their onions.
Damn it, Lasimos.
You can feel the fried onions. Because if Trinsmyrans are going to add anything to a dish, it's going to be fire, right? I'm going to fry everything. So, there's also people from Hoxo who have a lot of exchange with this city. Mostly because there's the same type of joy and happiness. Constant festivals in Hoxo, constant festivals in Rakma as well. Isn't that nice?
People are so happy all the time, I don't understand.
Last
I
time...
was gonna say, I imagine Brythanni has a migraine about now.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I ran this campaign, the city was razed to the ground by Trakorian mercenaries, and basically it was genocided. It's a much better state in your campaign. Let's just
Oh my.
Just take that genocide and flip it upside down.
Yep. Maybe.
Depending on how long I've been stuck here, I may have gotten extremely bored and decided to go incognito in the marketplace. And depending on when I got that information that you gave me to pass out, blood cookies for all, I may have started, in fact, asking around about the adventurers. Depending on whether or not I do very well or not, it may be the case that somebody just points behind me.
I mean, eventually that could indeed be the case. Why not? You are arriving by ship. It's I've put it to 14th of Persil here on my calendar, which would be the equivalent of the 14th of January in our world. So it's cold, it's chilly. Oh, apparently I rolled torrential rain to make everything even better. Isn't that
You
nice?
roll rain so often.
It's
I'm
not
beginning to
my
think this
fault.
algorithm's a little rigged.
Yes, it is. It's desperately so. It's become a joke in every group I play with where I use this. Like, oh.
Big surprise, guys. It's rain again.
It's
Yes.
raining. Is it raining?
It is raining, but that is also
Well,
very
hallelujah.
fitting for Trinsmyran in January, the lowlands of Trinsmyran in January, because it's January and this is an equivalent to Scotland, so of course it's raining. It very much is appropriate. It's a cold rain too. It's just on the verge of becoming snow. We're literally at freezing temperatures. You will have puddles of ice that you can, you step on them and they crack up. There's water underneath, that kind of thing.
So glad I, who live in Fontra Cilor, am out at this.
In some fine clothes, I'm sure.
It's what you always wanted.
Well, I mean, if I'm going incognito, it's probably like a terrible attempt at looking like a farm girl.
With really well maintained clothing.
A like suspiciously clean dress and like with like a hideous like homespun cloak, but like also full makeup and expensive jewelry.
This is perfect.
Like random farming implement on my hip, like maybe a scythe or something, and like a stick.
Never been used.
Well, for all your scything needs in early January.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this is the place where you can pick up Eldrida and Nefria. You can pick up some Rungli mountain cucumber. They are delicious. Yeah. Well, you can. It's basically like a cucumber with armor on top. Like you break off the armor. It's like a pine cone and a cucumber had merged.
I like this sort of thing.
Like a lychee?
Maybe, yeah. No, not a lychee. It's elongated like a cucumber, and if you think that the cucumber has a pine cone skin on it, then that's yeah.
All right, I'm down.
Yeah, it's a thing, and climbers in Rung very often find these too, because it's very helpful for fluids. If you break them open, it'll contain a lot of water.
This sounds like something that travels well.
It does. It does. I think Eldrida has had a lot of good experiences with them.
Eldrida probably gets excited when she sees them, like out in the woods, and goes, "Oh my God, yes, armored cucumber."
Yes.
That would make sense. Yes, actually.
Yeah, they are on sale right in that stall.
I will buy. I can't afford anything. Jesus.
I'm just gonna try to
attempt-
talk my way to a cucumber.
If
Well, maybe you should do some talking.
if you roll your two dice of wealth and have a single success, you can afford it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Jess, can you roll my 2 dice of wealth?
I didn't roll for her now. I rolled for other things. Because I'm sneaky that way.
You can
Apparently,
afford all
you are
the
just
armored
flush today.
I am
2
flush.
successes, fuck.
Yeah. Eldrida's on a roll here.
Jess rolls for me from now on. Thank you.
Just keep finding money on the ground or something.
Right?
I get a whole sack of fucking cucumbers.
Yep. Miracles? I have miracles. All the copper coins you ever could need. Shunk. Bag of cucumbers. Yes, they are very proud because of this year's harvest, because of course they can actually sell these now. Now that Dracorians are gone, they don't have competition from the Langoks anymore. The dirt cheap Langoks. Whew!
Now our farmers can make a living.
Now your farmers can make a
I'm
living.
glad to hear that.
It's more
And,
expensive to eat, produce native made by Trinsmyran, but you can buy made in Trinsmyran stuff.
Can't put a price on national pride.
Make Trinsmyran great again.
Yes.
No.
Oh, God.
No.
Yes.
No. No.
MTGA. Or is it going to be make the eel skulls great again? Mega.
Oh my God.
Do I see them before they see me?
Maybe. Why don't we do a roll-off? Sifanu, roll your wind. Lady Brythanni, roll your wind.
Like, I deploy our sorcerer.
Yeah, they definitely see me first.
Yes, they do. That was funny.
I take all your good rolls. That's right. That's my new
was-
plan now.
Yeah, that was definitely the case.
And Brythanni's not an intellectual.
No, clearly not. All right, you see Lady Brythanni walking around in very uncharacteristic clothes, as previously described.
I'll tap Rob on the shoulder, like, hey, don't you know her?
Well, yes! Good eye, Sifanu. I recognize that. And now that I'm looking right at it, I definitely recognize that ass. Hold on.
Oh my God.
And Artegue sneaks over as best a man in full Manticore armor can and attempts to smack her ass
Mithril
before she
armor.
notices.
That
Oh
would
my
be
God.
2 fire dice, I believe, because your armor.
Oh,
is
I guess
special,
the other thing that gives me away is random farm girls generally don't travel with like very
An escort.
athletic, servant-looking type people.
Roll your fire. You have 2 for that because you are. What?
Keep it going, guys. Once we have to roll something important, we're all doomed.
I don't think I can succeed.
It's a win roll though. Just to you can't succeed. Well, you do have. If you have your friends around, you get a bonus die for them. So you have 2 dice too.
I suppose it is within the realm of possibility.
It is within the realm. But no.
No, not even a little.
This absolutely enormous armored man sneaks up.
Impossibly so.
Where?
And
Oh yeah, you feel a friendly ass slap as you pretend to shop.
that's just horrible.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of how she would react to that, given that she has no idea it's you.
I would assume a slap.
I imagine you have to dodge an attempt to slap.
Oh no. We've played Smickleboard. She slapped him before. He'll just stand there and take it.
Yeah, so I guess she rounds on you, and slaps you, and then like realizes.
I've slapped that
You.
face before.
Oh. Well, that was easy.
I mean, I've been accused of that before, yeah.
Oh no. I mean, I've been asking you around. I was looking for you guys. I heard you were somewhere around here. Wherever here is Rakma? Rakma, yes.
Yes.
Yes, we're currently in Rakma, so one of my compatriots can do something. Everyone else over there, we can wave. Hi, everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
What are you? Not that I'm not happy to see you here in the pouring rain and freezing cold. You find a new lover? You're into some like peasant girl role play? What's going on here?
I wish. Her Imperial peacefulness is mad at me, and so I get to hang out here. If I have to have one more conversation about Langoks, I might literally stab somebody. And yeah, I decided I was gonna sneak out because I was really bored.
So you activated Princess Skolda. I'm sorry, Empress Skolda.
I did.
What'd you do this time?
Totally unfair. All I said was, if you don't stop talking, vaudeville scoffer, I will wring your stupid little turkey neck myself. And apparently that was rude, and I needed to apologize, but, like, have you met that man? I'm not apologizing to him.
Well, you can't say necessarily that I've met him, but I don't apologize to much of anyone. So, yeah, sure. Plus, I mean, were you really going to wring his scrawny little neck if he kept talking?
Probably not, to be honest.
Ah.
I might break a nail.
They grow
Yeah,
back.
nails.
Yeah.
Yep, they hurt.
And apparently I've been being secretive just because I don't know. I don't know what. Anyway, so I'm here, and yeah.
Well, that's delightful.
Now you're here, and my day just got a whole lot better.
Sifanu, give me another wind check.
All right. Since I have a feeling this is going to be important, it's going to be all ones.
Probably.
Oh,
It's 2
damn.
successes. That's not too shabby. It's not 3 successes or 6s or anything, but it's okay. It's an interesting, very brightly colored greens and reds in harsh clashing tent a little bit down the road where there's a lot of smoke coming up on top. And you can hear a lot of laughing from inside. And there is an old lady. She's wall-eyed, just everywhere her eyes are going. And she's kind of stumbling out, coughing and laughing and walking down along the road. And someone is just stepping out, a peddler by the looks of it. His bulky clothes, finer clothes, algae silk, at least the vest. And come one, come all, we have the finest giggle bark, the finest giggle bark. Come and have a laugh.
I'm going to look at these other two since they're
Hey,
locals.
Lady Brythanni
hell
leans
is
over to
that?
Gerardi, giving like, these people are relentless.
I've never tried Gigglebar.
Nefria is just going to start like kind of happily marching happily and confidently marching towards that tent. She's going to go get some giggle bark.
I mean, I'm a drug addict. I was already on my way there.
Lady Brythanni, have you ever tried Gigglebark?
Can't say I have.
He offers her his arm. Shall we?
We'll take his arm.
You can even bring your completely surreptitious friends.
I don't think they've tried giggle bark before either, now that you mention it.
Sifanu finds himself standing alone in the rain. God, I hate this place.
Sifanu, come to drugs. Sifanu.
We are the worst adventurers. Okay.
What? You're the liberators of Trinsmyran. You were the champions of Palamuxian. You're the heroes from Marjura.
The saviors of Clustanoba.
See?
Personally vanquished a general of the Tricorian Empire in one-on-one combat. They built a statue to her.
The proprietor is standing there and laughing with a very hearty heart laugh, belly laugh. Clearly having ingested some of the giggle bark himself. Only 5 miracles apiece. Only 5 miracles. Please, come in, stand in, breathe deeply in, and laugh deeply out.
I guess this is the part where the party finds out I am also secretly poor. Now that I don't have an Imperial house backing me.
Because you're in trouble because you misbehaved. I mean, are you
Georgiana
dipped into
cut
his
off my
pocket?
allowance.
What? You have
Hey!
all the money. You can pay for everyone today.
Nice.
In a truly
Wow.
shocking moment, Artegue pays for everyone.
Aww.
He really wants those drugs.
Well, it's the secondhand giggles. Just standing there has gotten him going.
Here's
I
2
look at-
silver decorii. That should cover everything.
I look at Artegue paying,
Mom's
and then I
gonna
look
kill
at
me.
Brittany, and I'm like, you're just showing off now.
He's like, yep.
There's nothing. I just have more change in that pocket than usual.
Don't worry, handsome.
Uh,
I think I've got you covered. I'm at least in her good books right now.
Who's good books?
Your mom's.
Is
Oh God. Wait,
I'm sorry, what?
you didn't really speak to my mother. Hold on, wait a minute. Tell me you haven't been visiting my mother.
Okay, first of all, it wasn't my choice, at least not originally.
Artie just turns a deep shade of red, if you can see under his face veil. I now
for the
know
first
why
time Sifanu doesn't look miserable. Go on. Please,
That's such a
spare
good
no
color
details.
on you, handsome.
This is a reason veils are a fashion in Fontra Cilor, clearly. And what have you been talking to my mother about?
Oh, you know, the latest fashions, comings and goings of the court. You, sometimes.
Tell me there were baby
Ba-
pictures.
I look at you. Drina looks at Art and says, "Grandbabies."
Also, may have recruited her for the Imperial household.
Well, that will thrill dear old Mama Gemma. Presumably that she accepted so that she can be all high and mighty and talk to the Empress. Yes?
Grandbabies.
Getting
Her
high
card
mighty
club.
vibes. I was getting like starstruck. Also, that's a lot of money vibes. That's what I was getting.
I'll put 5 schmeckles that I don't have that there's gonna be a baby within 2 years. I guarantee.
Now, I mean, I could take that bet and win it, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there
Yes.
is already, at least I'm assuming so by this point, an Imperial heir, so there already is.
No.
Yeah, did
No.
Geryon finally manage to get in there?
That weirdo. There.
I
no,
I
I'm
knew
not
the old
talking
war
about
horse
you.
had it in him, and then Folda had it in her.
Lord. Oh Lord.
She's been a
We
monster.
forgot to
Like, I
mention
just
this is
can't
rated R.
even with her. Like, it's just been, like, baby stuff constantly. If I wasn't, like, here in the pouring rain, I'd actually be glad that I was not there.
Geryon's got like baby's first Iron Maiden set up yet.
I haven't seen that. Also, I kept my promise. I didn't antagonize him, I think.
I believe you. I'm certain you did something that antagonized him anyway. But you know, as long as you weren't trying, that's the important part. You're much more antagonizing when you try.
Aw, thank you. You say the sweetest things.
Oh my God.
Isn't she a delight? One hell of a woman.
Is Brythanni's accent? What island is it from? Brythanni's accent. Because I don't recall exactly. Is it Palamuxian?
I mean, that's sort of what I was going for.
Okay. Yeah.
Should I be putting more British in there?
Yes. More RP.
No, sorry.
Or no, not even RP, because she's not. I mean, yeah, maybe more Cockney-ish, things like that. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Here, quick,
You're
one of the
a
hardest
sir.
accents.
I mean, I can do it, but it's just not really, fitting the character, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm just the real question here is whether the Trinsmyrans around her would go like Paratornian, but they won't.
No, certainly not Paratornian.
No, so they will all be fine. They will all be, this is fine. She's fine. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So yeah, you are now inside the tent and sniffing on Gigglebark. So why don't we get ourselves? I mean, this is technically a poison, isn't it?
I'm gonna try to do this as much as possible. I don't know if it's gonna help.
Sifanu's just like, God damn it, guys.
That's the other reason why veils are the fashion in Fontra Cilor.
It's not a very strong poison, mind you.
The my artifact in Charin causes cancer. Everything's a poison.
Why don't you roll a stone check to
Yeah. This is why Sifanu didn't want to come.
Oh, I want to know what the High Necromancer does.
I can't wait to see what the Higher Necromancer does. Holy shit, Nefria.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
I'm a local.
Not great.
I'm a local. I don't know what you people are doing, smoking this stuff at this kind of altitude. Like, wait. Oh.
The rest of you will have to take longer. It's clearly the fact that Lady Brythanni is the first one affected by this. And she now has the giggles. Yeah.
I love it.
Huh. Like, I feel strangely fine. Anyone else giggly?
Yeah,
I don't know,
Artegue
man.
has
I'm not
problem-
feeling it.
Get your head right in there.
It's
Artegue,
just a matter of time, but I have a feeling that Sir Artegue might take longer than most.
Yeah, there's actually with the low virulence of this drug, there's a half decent chance Artegue gets tired of sitting around and waiting to get high and just leaves.
He busts out some personal drugs and gets high at different ones.
Yeah, like, fuck this. Eldrida, just roll me one.
Bye. Oh my lord. We are the worst party. So
I mean, given that I just out and out failed, Artegue might literally have to hold her up or she's going to collapse from laughing and not be able to.
This is also fair. I mean, an Artegue will happily hold Brythanni up. I mean, unless she's got a lot going on under those skirts, you could probably hold her up with ease.
Yeah, she's not huge.
Well, I mean, like, you could be carrying a small armory. You never know. Nothing but rocks.
So, after a while then, I suppose the group is coming out of the tent, some of you more affected by it than others?
Mm-hmm.
Mids.
Yeah.
Probably still clinging to Sir Artegue long after she actually needs to, because why not?
He is big
Fun
and
to have
burly.
support.
Yeah.
I nudged Eldrida.
Two-
Less than one.
Yeah, man, it's gonna happen. I'm telling you. There's no way out of this, man.
How will the high necromancer act when you finally actually get high? Everything is funny now.
Yeah, but he's probably panicking, so he's probably got some maniacal, like, Joker kind of laugh going on, because he's hating every second of it.
Or like constantly chokes, trying to stop himself from laughing.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my god, maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh.
Okay, so after he realizes he can't stop maniacally laughing, he's going to try to make the entire group, everyone around him, forget he exists.
What? Don't be using magic on us. What the hell? Not fair. Cheating.
With Cargamishan symbolism, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he does have that forget me symbol. But
Yeah.
I don't think it can erase all knowledge of your existence from
No,
us. I think we've known you
very
for too
short
long.
term.
So you're doing this?
It's not even a scene. It's just enough for me to run away.
You're doing this on them?
No, that's the paralysis. I also have a forgetful one.
Oh, okay. Is it like that?
I cover one eye.
Oh, cover one eye. Okay.
Yeah, so half of it's my face and the other half's the back of my hand.
Oh my.
So they have to roll their win checks now to not forget you?
Oh my god.
How many successes do they need?
2.
I can't. Like, why?
Okay, I cannot make that roll.
I can. Jess, would you please roll?
Oh,
2
I don't
dice
forget
for
you.
me?
You needed that 6 too.
Yep.
Sadly, I have failed you.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
1 minute he was here, the next minute. Boop.
Picturing like high Lady Brythanni just sort of like counting people and being like,
Right.
Ooh, more of you? I thought
you ever
there was more of
exist?
you.
she quizzically looks and like there are fewer people, and then that's hysterical, and then just off to giggles.
That's great. You are having some fun, aren't you?
We thought there was a high necromancer, instead we got a high symbolist.
Yeah,
Womp
I'm hiding
womp.
in an alley somewhere trying to come down.
Like half carry, like half carry Brythanni over to the alley. Hey, Sifanu, you good, man?
More maniacal laughter.
Nefria
Yeah.
shakes her head, mostly unaffected by the giggles, and just is like, lightweight. Lightweight.
Sifanu, it's okay. Or like hoist Sifanu on the other arm. All right, Sifanu. Rule number 1 of partying: don't leave the people you did drugs with.
You're not wrong.
you should listen to him. He's an expert.
Go to the wrong kind of party and get separated from your group. That's how you end up with, crabs. Huh?
Isn't
Maybe
that
you're
how
real.
you met? Wait. Isn't that how you met Brittany? Yeah, pretty sure it is.
Brythanni, no, it was not a party. It was a
I'm pretty
party.
sure. Yeah, you got high and
It
wandered.
was the wedding reception.
I'm pretty sure we didn't do drugs until after.
Mm.
As you are walking very happily and all that sort of thing through the streets of Rakma, you will in fact be stopped by this young lady, or I don't know, young, is well, later 20s maybe. I guess that's young. I guess maybe.
Perspective.
Where is that not young?
For people who are in the young 20s, I don't know.
We children.
No, like millennials are gonna start college shopping for their kids soon, man. Like where
Yeah,
the
I was
Zoomers
gonna
can
say-
vote.
I'm a millennial. This doesn't work well anymore.
As a Gen Xer, I will not even comment.
Exactly.
You wouldn't. Yeah.
I wouldn't. She is dressed in very practical clothes, Trinsmyran style, nice walking boots, a caftan that is kind of split in the middle to allow for more dexterous movement, and yeah, she's suddenly right in front of you guys. She has, of course, the classical Trinsmyran turban. And she asks, "You wouldn't happen to be Sir Artegue da Fontra Cilor, would you?"
Oh God, they know you.
I mean, yes, absolutely. What can I do for it?
I like the caftan.
My name is Nefria Abkland. I hear that you have been a champion against the Tracorian invaders. Though over on Palamux, you wouldn't happen to know anyone here on this island, would you?
know in a deep and penetrating personal sense, or more of a casual acquaintance?
Someone I could get in touch with.
To do what?
Join the fight, of course.
Sorry, what, Brythanni?
What does that even mean?
I have no idea. What?
Nefria blinks. Did you say your name was Nefria?
I'm Nefria, yes.
I'm Nefria.
Well, I'm very pleased to meet you, Nefria. I'm from Cland. Where are you from?
Coalhall.
Oh. I don't know if Cland is actually on this map. It might be a super small village.
I didn't feel that high, but all of a sudden I see 2 Nefrias.
They're multiplying.
Yep.
We brought her back to her native land, and now there's more of her.
Look at
That's what she looks like.
On the wrong one.
Nefria ab Coalhall. Nefria ab Clan. What's this? You want to do what now? Join what fight? Nefria's fight?
The
Yes.
fight against the Dracorians, of course.
I'll trust in Nefria.
Oh my god.
What? It's another Nefria. What could go wrong?
What could possibly...
Everything.
Is that good enough for you? That's good enough for me, I guess. Whatever.
I mean, if Nefria is down with Nefria, who am I to argue?
What
Oh my God.
what do you bring to the table? What do you got for me?
I can,
He's got a bathrobe with your name on it.
She'll kind of look around a bit. She'll look around a bit to the crowd and walk towards an alley.
I would like to roll for intent, please. This seems a little sketchy.
Nah, she wouldn't. There's no sketchy people on Trinsmyran. What a Tracorian lies.
I mean, her name. She said her name is Nefria. That's all that I need. I mean, come
Brythanni
on.
may be high. She's not that high.
Okay, roll
Sitting
your... That's the second fate die you used today.
Yes. That
It's
is
a
terrible.
success, too.
Let me
not-
see here.
It's not a terrible roll.
Well, it seems I feel like I am fully aware that innocent seeming young women may not in fact be that, having been one myself and fully stabbed a dude who got handsy.
You
That's
want
why
to do
I
a
wear
reroll?
armor.
Is that what we're saying here?
Yes.
Clearly.
Oh, it's better.
2 successes at the very least.
I mean, surely I would have some reavers with me. I'll be fine.
If you want to, yeah. They could have been waiting here for you. I'll roll 2d6 for her water.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Yeah, she,
Did I lose yours?
Nope.
I
Oh.
sent a message.
Oh, I understand.
Oh.
Oh.
I was just like, silence.
Now there are messages going back and forth.
Hmm.
One of the many things Artegue enjoys about Lady Brythanni. She doesn't just assume people aren't lying to her. She
Oh.
Quick, somebody start our own little messaging group. We don't have to be iced out.
Sorry.
Gonna have our own plots now.
Right.
Right.
With
hookers
blackjack and
cocaine.
hookers. Like, Artegue, that's every day with you.
Oh yeah. Get a whole line of dicks so I can snort coke off them.
Oh my lord, what is wrong with you?
I'm from Fontra Cilor. You've been there. You should know by now.
That was a long moment of Lady Brythanni looking at Nefria clad. That was all it was. Yeah, she's. She in this alleyway. She's like, well, I can help you remove people that needs removing.
That's all very vague. We're gonna need names.
You are the ones with the fight. I am just the one with the skills.
I'm pretty sure she's trying to tell you she's an assassin.
Aye, that.
Oh.
Don't we have a butcher we want dead?
Simba.
What was his name, like Simba or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
Simba the
fled to. He's fled to Paratorna now.
He has indeed.
Oh, the wuss.
Tired in disgrace, I hear.
They probably just moved him to a different diocese where he can start over. No, wait, hold on.
I wouldn't know. I mean, I've heard his name, of course, the butcher.
Yeah, that would be a good one to kill.
I'll have to go to
I mean-
Palatorna for that, don't I?
Can't we send her to Limer or something? To join the force?
Oh, Limer. I've heard of Master Spade. That would
You're
be
going
great.
to send an assassin to the famously paranoid Limer Späde.
No, I mean like to be recruited by. Look, I'm not involved in this nonsense.
What
Right,
do you
but
mean
like-
nonsense? We are liberating Trinsmyran from the oppressors.
Right,
I agree with you.
All very heroic.
Yes.
I'm a
Right.
colonel in the IRA. I'm fully qualified to make this decision. Limer doesn't
TRA.
even know about this acquisition.
The TRA?
TRA,
Yeah,
not the
TRA.
IRA.
The TRA. That's what I said. The TRA. Shit.
Oh shit.
And now you're on another list.
Yeah. God damn it. Oh,
This is going well.
The TRA. I'm fully qualified to take on and handle a spy. This will be fine. Or assassin, whatever. Yeah, just go out there and start killing people. Important people, not on our side.
Couldn't you like vet her or arrange your targets first? Like
I can.
Don't
move
worry, she's a professional.
The
quickly.
cells have to operate independently of each other in order to prevent any one cell from giving up the identities and locations of other cell members.
yeah, but you don't even know her. Okay, whatever.
I can move quickly and silently through the wilds. I can I close combat or bow, doesn't matter. I can get myself inside very tight spots. I'm your gal.
Listen. It sounds like really all you're asking for is, permission to go out there and cause some assassinate chaos. You have permission. Make them Saurian.
I was thinking more of
Are there more of you, or are you the lone wolf who rides alone wolfishly type?
I'm a freelancer, but I do not particularly enjoy taking jobs that are just about between trading houses. It has to be for a greater good.
I can respect that.
I mean, one day you did roll the whole insight thing there, didn't you?
Yeah.
One day I dreamed, my highest dream. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but this is because
I don't know.
I'm easy to talk to.
so great, freedom fighters. My dream in life is to find the Rabdorana one day and maybe be able to join them, but so far I haven't been able to find them.
The what?
Oh, they're great. They're a demon cult.
Oh, what now?
Not demon cult. Well, you say it like
Sifanu's
it's a bad
ears perk up a
thing.
little too much.
She's just looking at you. You're just saying like it's a bad thing. They serve Inashtar. They send souls to Inashtar. It's a sacred duty.
Yeah, I'm not really how am I gonna put this nicely?
He's not a religious type.
Yeah, thanks, Eldrida. I'm not
No
really the
problem.
religious followy type, so yeah. No, the whole weird.
I am though, so that sounds great.
I mean, not there's anything wrong with killing people.
I was gonna say, like, have you heard of Fundibéra? Like, perhaps Limer Späde's not for you. There is another option on this island.
I've heard of her.
She may have more of an appreciation for what you've got to offer there. Eldrida, what do you think?
Well,
Is she serving the gods?
yeah, sort of.
I mean, my mistress serves the gods, but I don't think that your line of work would be of much interest to her, unfortunately.
Who's your mistress again?
Oh, I didn't say. She sort of looks around like fake conspiratorially. I serve Empress Georgiana of the revived Palamuxian Empire.
Oh, well, I thought your accent was a little funny. You sure
Well?
she doesn't have a need for me?
She's not really the violent type. Maybe her husband, though.
What you mean, not the violent type? As an empress, she has enemies to kill, doesn't she?
I mean, you would think. But
Listen, she and Geryon have a great relationship. Geryon handles the killing, and Empress Georgiana handles the scolding.
more of like a ribbon cutting, task force,
Oh.
sponsoring,
So it's
paying for
Geryon.
things.
Mikkel,
Yep.
what is the relationship between the moon goddess and I believe Yashtar's the fire goddess, right?
Yes, she is indeed.
Fire, war, and unbridled lust.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
It seems like those two would get along quite well.
yeah. Ish. Let me have a look exactly and tell you more about this.
Well, I'm just wondering if Fundibéra would know, because Fundibéra runs the moon cult, if she would know or have contacts in whomever runs the fire demon cult.
Oh, no. Fundibéra would not know. This is not just so. How much would the characters know about that? Scholarship.
Yeah.
Anyone have a scholarship? Anyone have?
Oh, hell no. I am
Oh, hell
completely
no.
out of my element here.
I have two
Sifanu?
brains.
Sifanu has medicine. That's not the same thing.
History is not my jam.
Nope.
Yes,
Or
these
believe.
gods. I have heard of them.
Exactly.
Right.
Good God.
I know those names.
You guys need a
Yes.
briar. That's what you need.
Right. We gotta get a Briar again.
Yeah.
Could've
you
kept
don't
me
even know where
right.
he is.
He was in Issachar. He might have left by now. That was like a year and a half ago.
On the other hand, it's a very large library. He might just be lost between a couple of bookshelves there too.
I mean, if you are looking to kill for the gods, then I think you should go to Fundibéra. Go to and go try to get in the cult. You're female. There's no reason that, I mean, as long as you pass the trials, you might be well accepted there.
The moon goddess. Well, I mean, so that's. I suppose that is better than some alternatives for sure. Thank you. Where should I go for that?
I tell her, however, I got into Fundibéra's and went through the trial. I say, go here. Tell them that you spoke with Eldrida da Vumbra. I'm a servant of Fundibéra, and that you have come to attempt to join the cult.
Very well then. I'll do that. I owe you a debt of gratitude, Eldrida da Vumbra.
Well, if you pass the trials, then we'll be seeing each other, and I'm sure that we can work together in the future. If free Trinsmyran from the Tricorian Empire.
Very well then. I will do my level best. She goes behind a barrel where she's hidden a longbow and a quiver and equips herself. Very well. I hope to see you all again someday.
Oh, I hope we don't see each other soon.
Why would anyone think I was a good way into the Trinsmyran freedom movement? Like I'm
Because you've been murdering people and yelling for Tricoria.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's not murder. They're armed combatants usually.
Okay.
By now, like, you literally caved in the head of a high-ranking Digitalunga officer at a wedding, no less, with about 24 nobles watching it, and you think that word doesn't spread?
No, fair.
Literally,
I can turn into this.
We just got done. You just got done assaulting merchants and saying loudly to people, "Don't fucking trade with Tricorian merchants." Like that's what you told them.
I mean, yeah.
And you are very recognizable.
This is true.
You
I
are
blame-
as subtle as your sledgehammer. Let me tell you.
That armor, like, it's glint. What does that
Oh,
armor
yeah.
look like, Geryon? Like, you commissioned it, right? So it's gonna be ornamented. Is it?
Oh, he's
is it
from
very?
Fontra Cilor, so
Is it
Yeah.
ostentatious?
not horribly, but it is fairly heavily rhino themed, since that's very big over there, and there are definitely horns on the shoulders.
Sounds
It's a
good.
couple of
So
bad decisions
it's-
from being a
it's-
chaos lord.
It's very yeah. It's very recognizable then.
What do you mean a couple?
The guy with the rhino horns on his shoulder pads. Okay, yeah, that works.
This is why you have a reputation, buddy.
He has a reputation of 5 at this point.
They're good for snacks.
He's got a higher reputation than me. Good on you.
Don't know how that happened, but I'll
I don't
assume
know how
it
that happened
was. I'll assume it was hitting Goba with a hammer.
Yeah, that helps. It was
Or, I'm
Prowse,
sorry.
though. It was Prowse.
Bronze, yes. Hitting Goba with a hammer wouldn't have been nearly as fun. She's not like a general or anything.
No, she was just the director, and now
Oh,
she's.
she went down swinging, so I heard.
she did. Literally down. Haha.
She swung down into the ocean.
Hitting the cliffs on the way down, making them even redder.
Could have happened to a nicer person.
Yep. So, having established yourselves in Rakma, what's your next plan here?
I gotta see a man about a horse.
Yes, of course.
Do I
Yeah.
have, I'm assuming I have somewhere I'm staying that is like reasonable, since I am here at least ostensibly on official business.
Oh, do you want to like sneak out of the house and go on an adventure? Because like Nefria brought us here to get something, and Nefria adventures are usually the best.
Oh, absolutely. Like, what are you looking for?
Are you afraid of heights?
No?
Cool. She's in.
Cool. You'll love this. This will be great. I have no idea what it is.
What is it that you came here to get?
All in good time. I have to make sure the asset has arrived before I reveal more about the plan.
Oh, so mysterious.
Is this gonna be like a long adventure? Should we like find something to do in the meantime?
I don't know.
Thank
Wait,
you for
what?
running interference with what's her face, that like Precorian lady, the mentalist, at the wedding. By the way, very well done.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah,
a
yeah.
mentalist.
Mhm.
There's a mentalist. Wait, who is what? What's up? What?
Her name is Terralise de Revelti, something like that. Something forgettable. Anyway.
Remember when you handled the handler?
Yeah,
Bet
I
she
met
was
her on the
reading our
boat.
minds the whole time we were on that damn boat.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Damn it.
There's a lot of that going around, isn't there?
I have to wonder, like, how long before that, like, Inquisitor guy gets recalled? Because, like, he was working with her pretty closely, so I hear anyway.
Well, look, that Inquisitor got high with us, so I really don't know how inquisitive he is.
Inquisitor.
Anybody's just a couple of.
Now?
Everybody's just a couple of well-placed words away from betraying their most deeply held values.
I don't fuck with Nefria, just for the record. That's because she says things like that.
I mean, I'm from Fontra Cilor. I don't have any deeply held values.
Yeah, that's exploitable too. It's all on the table. So how do I go about meeting the asset? A tavern? Is there a tavern?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course there's a tavern.
Cool. I'll walk in, tell the barkeep, like party of what, 7?
The joyous ear. The tavern
joyous
of the
ear?
joyous ear.
Oh good. It's certainly no one's listening there. Perfect. Cool. All right, so an incredibly large party of individuals, it's a lot of people, 5. Cool, yeah. It's
I feel like Brythanni's friends are gonna skulk around through the edges of the crowd. Just, the name is ominous.
All right, cool.
In this particular establishment, you are allowed to pay both with coin and with songs.
Oh, good.
I'm out. No, not doing this.
Oh, so it's a karaoke bar.
Yes, it is.
Eldrida will get in on this. She's from Vumbra.
I'm a local. I'll do a song and dance. It's what I do.
I mean, singing and dancing is technically a water check, so, if you want to do that, you're fine, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll put on a song and dance here.
Should we do a group act?
Oh, God.
I don't know, I've got 2 left feet, now the dancing's water-based.
And no, it can be fire-based too if you want it to be. It's more like the artistry part. There you have.
No artistry, just mechanical dancing.
You can do a
Simple
robot
box
really
step.
well with that armor piece,
Well, you can just be one of the dancers in the background, and there's your fire.
I bang on myself like a cymbal.
It'll be appreciated. They like metal music.
Wow.
I mean, I know Sir Artegu's not going to turn down a chance to drink for free, so.
Nope. Free is the best price.
Free is the
All
best
right.
If nobody else, Lady Brythanni's going to drag him out into the dance floor.
Of course.
Well-
I give it less. She's already pregnant. I look at the Just kidding. This is getting better and better.
I think this person's name is. Why not? This person's name is Triensa da Ersna. And she is sitting quite alone and quiet in a corner, and with the correct, Nefria, you've been given a code for how to make contact with her. She's supposed to have an armored cucumber left of a drink of mocha, and a wrecked langok pinned to her chest.
Inconspicuous as fuck.
Yep.
You're not.
I mean,
actually
do you
mad
need-
at me. Sorry, go ahead.
She said, "Do you need a cucumber too? I have a whole bag." I shake my bag.
No, that's what your contact is wearing. So she's sitting
I know. I know that. I'm just asking Nefria if she needs a cucumber.
there.
Oh god. I'll take a cucumber. You know, it'll be fun. It's totally why I'm approaching this person who also has an interest in cucumbers. This is totally normal.
Totally normal. Cucumber
It's the cucumber measuring contest.
Right, you know, like we're just two people here in this place singing and dancing and sharing an interest in cucumbers. This is fine. Like,
Perfectly fine.
right.
Sharing an interest in cucumbers.
She is
Yep.
looking, unlike all the happy Trinsmyrans, she's looking perfectly gloomy. She's trying to wear local clothes, a kaftan and a turban, but she clearly doesn't know how to wire the turban, you know, how to wrap the turban correctly.
Oh, girl mood. I gave up.
Yep.
All right, Nefria sits down. Presumably we're at a large enough table and, you know,
Yep.
pull up a chair, gather round children. I need, while she's here, I suppose, Brythanni, if you would have your, you know, like human shields, you know, just kind of keeps the crowd away from us. You know, your ladies in waiting, your human shields.
Wow, it's dark.
Your cannon fodder. Like,
They're probably more like athletic servant types than ladies in waiting.
Yeah. Footman.
You know, I'm not trying to be conspicuous here, after all.
Oh yeah.
oh dear. Yeah. All right, cool. So like, you know, set up a perimeter. We gotta talk here. All right, so Nefria leans in, checks the arrangement of things. It checks out, I suppose, Mikhail.
Yeah, it sure does.
Cool. So are you the pilot?
Hmm. Yeah.
All right. You can really fly one of those Zeppelins.
Yep. You have the
Here's
gold
for
queens.
The what now?
The gold. Not doing this for free.
Oh, no. Of course not. We'll get that on the way.
She has a very pronounced Paratronian accent.
Yes, no, we'll be picking that up on our way to the you know, exit route.
All right, where do you need me?
Well, how did you get here?
Took a ship.
Yeah, that's probably what we'll do then.
All right, you lead the way. I'm just here for the money.
Yep.
Castique
We
be
all are.
praised.
Oh god, yeah. Dope.
See,
No.
you can motivate treason as a holy act if you get enough paid for it, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
It is for the formooring of gold, thus it is a sanctified task, I say.
I mean-
Absolutely.
So you are going to travel to Paratorna, I understand.
Yes.
So just as a quick aside while dancing, Brythanni leads, and you're not actually mad that I spent time with your mother. I honestly couldn't help it. The Empress
I'm just
her, and she for some reason seems to think that I'm exactly like her, and it was excruciating.
No, my mother undoubtedly sees any connection to the Empress as a way to boost the family's fortune. She's proud. I'm just shocked anyone would go to that place and talk to my mom about advising their court. It just isn't one of the things in my head that, is totally outside the realm of my experience.
Yeah, well, her Imperial peacefulness needs somebody to talk to about babies who isn't me.
Good. Well, hopefully, I'm certain my mother will talk to her about babies. She doesn't have any grandbabies of her own yet. And I'm certain she'll happily obsess over the Imperial infant.
I think the plan was to put her in charge of the prince or princess's household or something. I don't know why baby needs a household, but apparently it's a thing. And at least among, super up there nobles. And I mean,
when I was growing up, I didn't even have a roof, so...
And,
are we staying with your mom then when we're in town?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, your family name, not your family members. They're not all super old.
Yes. Well, and I'm good luck with my mother.
Is this trip going to Tresilva or Famqualvi?
Famqualvi is my understanding of where the Zeppelin yards are, because we're gonna steal a Zeppelin, y'all.
Yeah. So Famqualvi then.
A specific Zeppelin.
A Zeppelin.
Yeah.
We're gonna steal a Zeppelin.
It's gonna take about a week to get there. Do you have the money for getting there?
Yeah, of course we do.
Because Daddy Limer Späde would have provided, as well as given me payment for the pilot dude. Eventually.
That's a fair point.
I expect a little more independence, Nefria. Jesus.
That's a fair point.
What about this independent self thing you're going on about?
We're setting stuff up now. I expect funding.
So you're gonna go basically and steal things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flagship Zeppelin of the Tricorian Empire.
I think a pirate track would be better, right?
So while we're at sea, at some point, Lady Brythanni is going to remember what she actually wanted you to talk about. You all distracted her with drugs and assassins and the whole thing. And there was dancing and
And now she's a week out to sea and not on her assignment at all. And
it occurs to Nefria because I have a 1 in wind. Did I just send an assassin to Fundibéra?
Without warning,
Fundibéra?
Oops.
I mean, I sent her to the public entry area to try to gain access. It's not like I sent her to Fundibéra's door, which, by the way, she couldn't get in if she wanted to.
She'll end up in
Here's a
Kark
list of
before
her biggest
Mixa.
fears,
You know
she
how
always eats dinner.
You know, how I get a hold of Fundibéra? I just show up around that city and hope to God that maybe she pulls me. That's really all that I got going on, because I don't even know how to get a hold of her.
I am so jealous. Anyway, so the reason I was looking for you is, you remember when I was saying that I was getting the feeling something big was about to happen? Well, it did. And it involves a mountain.
Oh, good. What mountain?
Mount Rans.
Where is that for people not familiar with the map?
Yeah, tune me in.
I don't know. Paratorna, somewhere, I think.
Ping.
Sorry, one more time?
Mount Rans.
Oh, I was ping. There it is. Excellent. Thank you, everyone.
I'll do it again.
There was prophecy, and all of these monks have been sent out to look for people who are on Marshura for some reason, including you guys. So you're probably going to get a visit soon about it.
Oh dear. Well, I don't.
Hey, at least this time you have forewarning.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know, lady, because otherwise I would have been totally clueless, having, really very small chance we would have been to Mount Rands. Are they the monks from Mount Rands, or are they other monks?
I think they're the ones who, stare at balls, mostly.
Yeah.
Off into space.
Talking to the mountain, yeah.
Seems much more efficient when you do it.
Well, Rands is a very old mountain that's actually very used to being listened to. Most mountains no one ever talks to, so it's really easy to get their attention for a hot second. Or a decade.
I guess if you've got an entire order dedicated, hanging on your every word, yeah, okay, I guess.
Yeah, there's also a decent chance that the mountain doesn't actually realize that it's not having one continuous conversation with a person, and that they're mortal and keep dying and getting replaced. I'd say we're like ants to them, but even that's too close a comparison.
Do I have to start over again?
Right, yeah. By the time you've actually introduced yourself fully to a mountain, you've wasted years. No, thanks for letting us know. Unfortunately, rocks are totally my area. Prophecy is more of an Eldrida specialty.
Yeah.
Eldrida, you heard of any prophecies lately?
I mean, I generally do the fortune telling, but there are lots of prophecies. I mean, if you pick a cult, you've got at least several dozen prophecies to go along with them.
All right, let's go with the monks of Mount Rands looking for people who were on Marjura recently.
I mean, Mikhail?
Does Eldrida keep up with news from the world? Is if this was the modern world, would she be watching CNN?
I mean, I think that she would be very interested in certain news as from passerbys, because that's how she made her living, was to interact with people and to be a pathfinder or a medicine, person, and be able to get those kinds of things. So depending upon news of prophecy, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, she does have fortune telling, I suppose.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of moon magic for portents or something like that?
There are, yeah.
Yeah. If Eldrida is the kind of person who is listening to what other fortune tellers are saying and what is the latest news in that particular gossip web, the among professional fortune tellers, then yes, she would have heard of it.
Yeah, I think that's far more likely, but if people are talking about politics or none of that applies to her.
Then,
but she'd be very interested in more of the celestial, the witchy shit. Yes.
Yeah, I can send you a line or two about that here in the Zoom chat if you want.
Sure.
And thanks, lady. I've never actually been warned before I was involved with a prophecy before. Usually it's more and you just completed a dread prophecy to bring back the Eternal Masters or some shit.
I mean, I know nothing about prophecy or anything like that, but this whole situation seems really ominous.
Yeah, but that was the big thing. You no longer have the sense of an impending big thing.
I think so, yeah. There may be other big things, who knows? That just seems to be the way things are going these days, but...
None of you are particularly politically inclined, as characters go, except maybe Lady Brythanni.
Nefria, maybe a little?
Well, she has a definite brand of politics she's involved in.
This is true.
That's for sure.
Okay, I think Nefria will have heard this piece then. I will, in fact, send a thing to her, Nefria.
I did hear while I was doing the blood rain.
Yes.
Yeah, saying that out loud is just hysterical. Anyway, while I was participating in that, there was somebody who had mentioned that a mountain had finally finished its prophecy, had spoken it finally. Maybe that's it?
Could be. I heard that the DAC was in an uproar. Apparently, this whole thing is being interpreted as anti-Tricorian, because there's like a bit in there about like stuff falling or like weak symbols, or I don't know. Anyway, they apparently tried to make the monks take it back.
If the mountain took, generations to deliver its words, and the monks have been there this whole time to basically hear their words, then it would make sense that they're coming down from the mountain now that the words have been spoken. There you go.
Yeah, no, I think I'm remembering that the voice of that mountain there, that group up there doing the prophecy stuff. It's done, and it's being interpreted that it's that Tricoria will fall.
Ah. Well, there
I
you
kind of
go.
like this prophecy. There's a reason.
we assist it?
Yeah. All right, we got to get our hands on this prophecy, guys.
Well, I mean, I hear you have a knack for making prophecies come true.
Now imagine what we could do if we know about the prophecy ahead of time.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I suppose we got to get our hands on a copy of that, but
We should probably, if we want to do that, you want to head toward the mountain and hope you find a monk on the way.
Oh, they're already looking for you in particular. Although I guess they're probably not going to expect to find you in Paratorna.
Mount Rance, then, in terms of the Game of Shadows, is firmly under the control of Duchess Clenora and also under Duchess Linvina Gonbina. So that's like 5 influence points against you between the two of them. It's going to be very healthy for you, I'm sure.
Can't possibly go wrong.
It's, yeah. But if you want to march into a Lion's Den.
I mean, right now we're going to go steal a Zeppelin, okay?
And you're going to do it in Ingolma's territory because she controls Paraltro, right?
Yeah.
yeah, there's a reason.
There's a reason you're not going to, other parts of Paratorna.
This is one of the relatively nice places in Paratorna.
Yes, now it is.
Ones that we're not trying to set on fire.
Exactly.
I mean,
after Goma
I'm not going to kill on sight, you people, but just mind your P's and Q's.
Yep.
I promise we'll be good.
I brought Lady Brythanni.
Quiet.
She'll convince anyone that I did.
No. Ingolma doesn't care about being good. She just wants you to be quiet. That's really
Behave.
unobtrusive. Yes, be unobtrusive. Don't cause trouble.
Well, Nefria has Nefria's instructions, and we'll go from there.
Paratorna, yes. Did Sifanu maybe want to contact Ingolma for some favors here?
Yeah, I could send word ahead that we're going to be in town.
See the red cliffs of Famqualvi, of course.
Weirdly enough, her Imperial Peacefulness is actually a big fan of Ingolma. She came to the wedding and was polite, even brought a gift.
Seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So what kind of favor does Sifanu want to call in here? We have a fate die to spend, clearly. We're talking like 3 influence levels worth, so, the Wingmakers Guild have this locked down firmly.
Well, she's got that kind of influence, then she makes sure that no one's going to be at the Zeppelin yard when we get there.
I'm sure she can do that, yes. That's crazy, but it's true.
Oh, did I extract, was extracting that particular individual part of the deal, or do I need to do that?
Which say again? What was that? I was fixing the chalice. Say again.
Oh, no worries. The deal I made with Ingolma this round. Do I have to go pick up the person in question?
Ingolma?
Yeah, so Brythanni asked for a political prisoner to be released. It should be in my chat with you,
Yeah, it
Ingolma's
is.
chat with you.
Yeah, you can pick him up. Yeah, absolutely. The jailbreak has been done.
Oh, I thought
Okay,
we were going to
well,
get
I
to
just
smash
wasn't-
up a building.
Wasn't sure if that was if the extraction was part of the deal, or if I'm in town anyways. I might as well.
Right.
Look, all I have done is told the guards to take a day off. I have plausible deniability, okay? I'm not giving you a Zeppelin. I'm walking away from the Zeppelin.
Zeppelin, thank you.
It occurs to me I'm starting to pick up while we're in town too.
Delightful.
Oh,
we can
boy.
all go shopping together and take, apparently, Nefria can give us all a ride home.
Beep beep, all aboard, y'all.
Cool.
It's happening.
All right.
So we should...
Is this going to be so simple that you don't even have to roll for stuff? This is almost cheating. Dang, influence levels.
Artegue is just marching around with a hammer looking for someone to oppose us so that he can smack.
Yeah, but Ingolma's
Yeah,
fixed
there's not gonna
that.
be
She's
anyone.
like sent the guards elsewhere or given them a lot of liquor and they are...
Yeah.
Or it's just goons from the Wigmakers Guild. They have plenty of goons nowadays.
Yeah. They're either all my people or the people that aren't my people have been given the day off or whatever. So
Right.
the goal was to just give myself plausible deniability so I could be like, I don't know what happened. Maybe you guys shouldn't have lost control of the territory. I don't know.
With influence level 3 and no one else has influence there?
Yeah.
This is going to be a cakewalk for you guys.
All right, well, let's then, I suppose, pick up Brythanni's dude, and,
Why
or
don't-
dudette, I suppose, and then go pick up our ride, and then go exit stage left.
What is this city like? Like, what is this? Can you tell us a little bit about what this city and area is like? Because I don't know, actually.
For sure.
Isn't this the capital?
Like, no.
No,
this is
Tristilve.
not-
Oh, no, that's
capital
right.
is
We're not in
Tristilve.
Tristilve. My bad.
Yeah. No, this is
Terrible.
across
Terrible.
from.
I want
It's
I
across.
want you to know that Tristilve is also as the capital of the Dracorian Empire is completely owned by Ingolma and nobody else.
At the moment.
That's hilarious.
I have a feeling that's going to change in a moment, but right now that's true.
That's not my problem. That's a them problem.
Yes, it is a them problem. Anywho, and none of the pro-Dracorian forces actually have resources in Paraltro to raise their own influence at the moment. It's all you guys or Ingolma. That's anyhow. You ask about Paraltro and so on. This is the province as such is much more hilly. You can see hills far away, like along the coast. It's plains, and this is true as well. Though the coastline itself is a series of cliffs, like the Red Cliff. And the Red Cliff is not just red because of all the blood from Digitalonga prisoners that have been pouring down inside over the years. You can actually see the fortress itself, the dungeons, they are basically carved into the mountainside. And there is a landing where you can get into that headquarters from the ocean side. Only allowed for Digitalonga, of course, though Ingolma, I'm sure, can pull some strings these days. Things have happened. On top of the cliff itself is the fabled and famous statue of Castique with her 6 arms and 6 legs, which I am sure that I have told you about on occasion before. Right?
I thought it'd be bigger.
It's because this particular day it's clear, no rain. It's nice and sunny, a little bit overcast. It's still cold because it's that part of the year. It's freezing temperatures, but yeah, it's a grand sight to see the statue above there. And Famkvalvi itself then is well. It's also...
We toppled that statue.
You
Didn't
haven't
we?
done that yet, no.
Oh.
We can do that before we leave? Huh?
It's
Huh?
No.
It's a colossus, really. It's huge. It acts even as a lighthouse. Like she's raised her hands, and there's a flame there for mariners to see. There is also
Quiet.
What was that?
In and out. Quiet. In and out.
Yeah. Quiet in, loud out. Got it.
No. Oh, God.
Just like every good assignation, loud out.
There is
Oh,
also
Lord.
the Castiki Secludarium, which is the higher seminar for Castiki priests and their the temple of those who have been inducted into the order, as well as the Emperor's Hermit Palace, where the Emperor and the Bodok can retire when there is disease ravaging the capital and such like.
Oh, so they're not there
If I
now.
had to be
No.
in the dock, I'd want a hermit palace too.
Right? But yeah, seeing as... So this is not just a center for the Digitalunga, it's also a center for the Castiki priesthood. The Pillar Father has his cathedral here and the seminar and everything. So it's very much the headquarter for the Castiki faith.
Not gonna lie, I totally want to steal something from the fancy temple up there. Just like a little gift for Master Scoffer. He's always saying Castiki helps those who help themselves.
Well, I mean, I'm in.
Then you actually have to sneak into the seminar and steal things from there.
Was the base
coolest-
of the statue guarded? Just scrape off some of that.
No, the statue isn't necessary. I mean, it's too big to lug away.
Oh no, I don't need to steal the entire statue. I was just gonna scrape some off or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that can work.
Got chisel. Take a toe.
Otherwise, the if you want a really cool relic, but I think that would probably distract you from the mission at the moment. Would be the ostrich helmet of the Pillar Father. It is it's a piece of work. It's a very huge helmet with all sorts of cups on it, and you kind of fold them down over eyes and ears so you can't hear the lamentations of poor people or see them.
What the fuck?
Wow.
The ones who cannot see and cannot hear cannot sin. According
I
to
could totally get that for him, but weld it shut so that he can't talk. That'd be cool.
All right. What if when we steal the Zeppelin, we make sure that we have kind of a winch and pulley system, and we just lift the helmet away with the
he
Zeppelin?
only uses the helmet is in the seminar. You'd have to break into the whole, it's the whole thing.
So yeah, we could break it.
we
What
blow
order
the
would we
roof
do
off?
that?
I'm just saying, Sifanu, that your fate die is going to be collected with your ass if.
Right. So, and hear me out here. So, if we want to accomplish some shopping as well, Sifanu could just raise an army of undead to distract them while we swoop in with our new flagship. And no, okay, no, okay. I'm getting a no. I'm getting. The spirits are speaking to me.
An army of the undead is not subtle.
Oh. See, fortunately,
it's
I like.
hard here for Sir Artegue to go the whole, wrap his head around the whole subtle part.
Yeah, my boss does usually not send me to do subtle things.
He's the
It's true.
bash the door down and cave heads in kind of guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We'll be good. We'll be quiet though. We don't have to do a lot of killing.
Be a quiet heist.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
Okay.
do a heist this? I need to prep that, folks.
I feel like we should focus on what we're actually here for, and not the thing I just.
There are
Yes.
guards, there are floor plans, there are, patrols going. Though, I'll say this. Yeah, you have paid one fate die to get Ingolma to fix the whole guard thing around the Zeppelin that you intend to steal. Fair enough. If you want to steal the ostrich helmet too, that's going to be at least another fate die to get. But no, you can't do that because you can only call on her once per session.
Yeah. Do remember you saying that?
Yeah. So right now you're spending that on the Zeppelin. I have to pick and
All right,
choose.
so we'll just take the Zeppelin.
We can come back. It cause more trouble later.
Yeah. And you have the person
I
you
am
have
fully gonna
stolen-
take some a rubbing off that statue though.
Yeah, that you can do. The person you have brought that Ingolma has foisted upon you is a fairly short fella, definitely southerner, like not even Tracoria. We're talking Copper Sea southerner by his complexion, and he's shivering in this cold, which is not affecting Eldrida or Nefria at all. But he is absolutely shivering. It's so cold. Fairly rotund fella with long curly black hair and a bit of a curly beard. And he introduces him. He bows very deeply. He's very polite. The opposite of Paratornians. And calls himself Amisadu. I am Amisadu Baru. I was told to come here. Yes.
Yes, I am very glad to see you, and my mistress will be as well.
Of course, yes.
We
My
heard you've been
services.
press ganged.
It's a long story. I was captured by slavers off the coast of Meluka a long time ago, and I have been serving various masters since then, and now here I am. Yes.
Well, consider yourself a free man, sir. If you would like to come back with myself, my mistress would be very grateful and pleased to meet you. She's the one who arranged for your escape, I guess would be the word.
Yeah, literally, somebody just came in, left the key by the door, and walked away, but nobody let him out.
I am.
Totally different.
I am eternally
Totally different.
grateful. I am eternally grateful. Yes.
So you are. I can't place your accent. Where are you from?
Meluka.
Well, my mistress does like tales of far off places.
Yes. I will be happy to regale her. Yes.
Well, very good. Well, we've still got a little errand or two to run here in town, but after that we could be on our way.
Oh, I suspect they're gonna need to come with us.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Come on. We're having an adventure.
Yeah, just come on board, Aaron.
It's not
Aaron
an
Head.
adventure
We're gonna
unless
be
you
the
pick up a
Aaron
stranger.
Head.
Hey, Brythanni, is he good at heights?
Don't actually know. This is literally my first time meeting him.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Stuff. All right, so let's wander over to the, suspiciously
Quiet.
Empty
quiet,
lot.
empty, vacant Zeppelin yard.
Yep.
They suspiciously, unlocked ajar hangar door to the Zeppelin flagship.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. There's a guard. There's and he's definitely, he does not look like a guard. He looks like he works for the mob, and he kind of sees you guys coming and just turns his head, just turns the other way, and he's specifically looking in the north direction or whatever. It's completely opposite.
He has to guard the northern entryway. Very important. Yep.
That's
Definitely
what he was
so.
told. He's watching over here.
Beautiful.
And
All right.
the Zeppelin. I mean, is it ready to sail to there, Ingolma? Have you been that kind? and made it ready? No.
I don't know anything about getting a Zeppelin ready to sail. Are you kidding me?
I guess that's
Doesn't
how the
make any-
pilots work, right?
Yeah, the pilot can boss us around.
Okay, the pilot will be like, this will take all night, won't it? And then you will get a well-chosen Paratornian insult. Who was the flat-mouthed clotpole who designed this plan to begin with? I only have to take the dankish beefwits out of there, and then put together... Where the Albadors have to be connected, you snot-eating mongrels.
Ooh, big words from somebody who looks like he's dressed for every part in a melodrama at once. So listen here, you unseasoned cabbage. Just tell us what we need to do, and this will go a lot faster.
That is the way to talk to Paratornians.
Unseasoned cabbage? What? You unseasoned. I'm gonna use that in my work. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta yell that at somebody at work now.
Listen here, you unseasoned cabbage.
Yeah, you're gonna have to connect the Albadors, the very large screeching birds, to their harnesses. You have to fill the balloon with hot air, which is often done by having a Paratornian talk into it. No, wait.
Oh, if only Master Scoffer was here.
He's got jokes. He's got jokes, folks.
So, yeah, it's going to take most of the evening and the night, but because you had, Ingolma's backing here, there's not even going to be much of a resistance here, and eventually
At some point,
What was that?
at some point, somebody from the family tries to come back to check in, oh, and then they poke their head in, they go, oh, I didn't see nothing, and just walk away.
And then
Nothing, but it looked fabulous.
And then you all will get into the gondola. It even has its own little cabin in the back. You can travel for days in this thing. It has, stocked up with food and everything. And as for privies, apparently over the railing is the
Oh, ew.
We shat on a glacier before. This is fine. We shat.
Yeah, but I feel bad for the people below. I'm not worried about us.
I'm
Oh,
surprised
Frida.
half the party isn't picking targets.
Rita, speaking of things below the Zeppelin, you got any wildfire kicking around?
No. Well, maybe if Eldrida has.
Yeah, I don't believe I have any left. I believe that the last one was used up because it was the shitty one that almost half exploded, and that one guy took it and exploded himself.
Yeah. That's the one.
Nice.
Yeah, you haven't done
Nice.
it since.
So as this is and I have no idea. So this is a Zeppelin Navy, and don't know how seriously they take the Navy part. Are there any weapons?
Can you poke holes in the rest of them?
They can definitely be first of all, you can drop things from one of these things, right? So you can drop wildfire, you can drop black powder barrels. There are typically barrels of Silvolium attached in the gondola just for these kinds of things. Like the Paratornians don't know how to make wildfire, but they can make Silvolium and drop that, and that works pretty well as a very
We
big
should
Molotov
steal
as
all
well.
of the Silvolium.
And black powder makes a boom too when it goes off, right? So there are several ways they can. It's putting a catapult on one of these things is not going to work. But you could put possibly a smaller ballista, so you can shoot yay-sized balls with black powder in them.
Right. So I'm hearing mainly aerial superiority, drop things from a great height on things below.
Yeah, and also,
Yeah,
if you have enough crossbows and fire arrows to shoot at another Zeppelin, that could work. But so far, there has not really been called for that because only the Tracorians have had the Zeppelins, right? So
Yeah, strange how that might change.
And once we get to where we're going, wherever that is, Nefria, I'm happy if there's a lab available. I'm happy to make up whatever you need. Like, that's no problem.
Delightful.
So, yeah, let's, while, assuming there's a lull in Artegue being pointed at and told to do something for strong people to do, you will wander around and collect pretty much as much Savolium barrels as he can get his hands on. Just keep rolling them towards the gondola.
What are we talking about for fuel on these things?
I mean,
Birds.
Silvolium is also used as a fuel. You have to have a pretty good flame to keep the hot air in the balloon sack, as it were. So, you know, they have like a jar which is filled with Silvolium to burn. It's basically a big lamp, right? It's a big kerosene lamp. So it's not just for armaments, it's also for fuel.
And there's more Savolium here, I'm guessing.
Yes.
As I wander around to a
You can
different
certainly
hangar and
fill it
poke
up
my head in.
You can certainly
There's-
fill it up to capacity, yes.
All right, excellent. Just going to start piling some of the rest of the Savolium over here in barrels next to this other hangar. You know, just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Case.
Yeah, crazy. You never know what might happen.
You don't really, you know. There can you have to be careful with fire in a place like this. There could so easily be an accident. I understand you all respect that, right?
Absolutely. Nice and quiet.
Stefanu,
In and out.
Stefanu, you are going to lose a limb. A limb.
He hasn't done anything.
Are you going to try to do this sneakily or not, Sir Artegue?
I mean, I don't wait until we're ready to go before I start doing things in an unsneaky manner.
If you're trying to sneak, roll your fire. Of course.
Oh, God.
Isn't it nice that your armor is so well fitted that it doesn't limit you that much?
I work for a really kind man.
You do.
Yes.
Could he perhaps
don't,
benefit
so
from a
thanks for this.
distraction?
If Lady Brythanni will provide one, absolutely.
If Brythanni, I believe, might actually. I don't know, lady. Are you any more well suited to sneaking around this place than I am?
Sneaking really isn't my style.
Okay.
But I can make sure making sure all of the attention is on me is really more of what I do.
Perfection.
So I can do
Dream
In this
team.
case, the one person that you want to distract is obviously Sifanu, because he is the one under orders of keeping this quiet, because
Okay.
Ingolma doesn't want the big baboon. So,
Brythanni, meet my necromancer. I need to go take a leak. I'll be back in 40 to 45 minutes.
You're kind of mission, right?
Yeah, I gotta do this. Like, Artegue, what are you doing?
roll,
why are you
roll,
doing this to me?
roll your water there, Brythanni. You don't have... So, among the various expertises in profanities, for example, there is distraction and such like. Machinator doesn't really do that. Because profanities have diversion and distraction. It's only for a turn though, so I don't think that would apply.
I was more going pure on pure water.
Yeah,
Like,
pure
I
water.
was
Roll
gonna
roll
talk
your
to this
pure water.
person. He looks like the sort of guy who wants to tell me all about various sort of magic things that I'm not interested in at all.
Yep, roll pure water. For the distraction.
Oh, fuck.
That works. And why don't you roll wind? Because this is about attention. However, you need 2 6s now, because she's the attacker, right?
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Nope. Not
Sifanu
even
is thoroughly distracted by Lady Brythanni apparently being super into talking about magic. Yep, you've never heard her be this interested in magic. And since she's talking about magic, how could you possibly pass up an opportunity to talk about magic?
Oh yeah.
Especially since you know way more about it than she is, and so she's just.
Oh, I'm gonna go
flattering.
so deep into Cargomusian shit because I never get to talk about that. I'll be like, yeah, and if you do this line like this, and it's gonna do this, and if you do that, it's gonna explode in your face, and you're dead.
And then something else explodes in the face, which is...
Wow, you're really an expert at this.
So,
Yes.
No wonder you have such a reputation.
So,
Yes, I have done some shit.
as the Zeppelin leaves Famqualvi in the evening, I guess, this is probably taken all day, and things are getting dark, and because of course leaving under the cover of dark is the best idea, right? Fewer people.
I assume this whole thing was taking place that dark.
Yeah, I mean, given how much preparation you have to do, you probably need the full day to just get the thing ready to sail. Baru Amasadu will be panicking in the gondola because this thing flies, don't you know?
Well, there's the answer to that question, lady.
I mean, are we all having to make a roll or something? Because like I sure haven't been on a Zeppelin before.
Why don't you roll a wind check, I guess?
I'm sorry I said anything.
Yes.
There
Are
you
we all
go.
doing
That's
Shame.
You're
Hey,
well,
there you
though.
go.
You could put up with it.
I'm probably also terrified, but like, keeping it chill.
Yes.
Right.
I love the custom dice you made there for yourself. They're looking awesome.
Thank you.
You all know that you can customize your dice, right?
I didn't
No.
until I saw hers today, and I've poked around a couple times trying to figure it out. But
You
I've
go
been playing.
to settings, and then you go to configure settings, and then 3D dice settings.
Well, I'll
Yep.
play with that later.
Dice so nice.
Dice are
We're
nice.
we're mid heist.
Yes. Roll your wind to go like, how does this feel being up in the air?
Jess, would you please roll 2 dice? for me?
Artegue! Wow, you are rock solid on this. Nefria isn't,
Sorry.
and nor is Eldrida.
Nope. Don't like it.
Sifanu is fine. Eldrida is not fine. Nefria is not fine. You're never doing this again. Like, no. I think you're hunkering down in the cabin of the gondola where you can't get super dizzy. But it's still worse than a ship. Because a ship, I mean, it goes up and down and so on, but it goes in a certain pace with waves. It's predictable in a sense. This stuff, it like there comes a gust of wind suddenly, and you drop, and you drop much more than you would in a ship, and then it goes back up again, and this is not nice. Nope.
No wonder
Yep,
it's
sir.
a resident thrill seeker who's fine.
Yep.
This is awesome.
Artegue is like, I want more of this.
This is. See, Brythanni, I told you, Nefria has the best adventures.
And
This is-
seeing
Where's Nefria anyway?
Puking
I'm
over
studying
the
this
side
thing,
of the
wondering if I
sea.
can make it better with magic.
It's okay. These are all Tricorians under here.
I was gonna say, do you think that Paratornians who are rich enough to have a Zeppelin care about who they hit as they, No.
No, that's what Kistique would have wanted. Or else
you-
they'd have their own Zeppelin.
Exactly. And when you rise up into the air in the dark, you see all the little fires from lanterns, from street lights, from all the little flames, like an inverted starry sky, but only down on the ground from where Famqualvi is and Tresilva in the distance. And you hear the squeaking and screeching of the albadors as they tug the Zeppelin towards the north, according to the instructions by the pilot, who's sitting
Ow.
up there and doing her
Looking
thing.
down at the city. It's like, aw, it's like a A flock of terrible fireflies.
Hey, Nefria.
Hey, Artegue.
Before we get too far away, I point out all the places I stacked barrels of Savolium while Sifanu was distracted. In case you wanted to blow something up.
I mean, you want to take a direct route over Tresil? Bombs away.
Oh my god.
Yes.
What?
I was talking about
I thought we were blowing up the other Zeppelins.
Yeah, I thought we were blowing up the shipyard. I apologize. I may have misunderstood
Whoa,
your goal.
there's no blowing things up.
So what is the symbol over your other eye there? That's so cool. It almost looks
now.
like Noxious was
All right. So yeah, no, let's cut a couple barrels here. Let's blow up this
No.
shipyard. All right, I'm good with that.
Are we blowing
make
up
me
the
paralyze you.
shipyard?
Yeah, we'll blow up the shipyard here. Well, we don't want him coming after us with more of this stuff. We want him to have to produce it. Well, we got to reverse engineer.
Unfortunately for Sifanu, who just spent the last several hours explaining how his magic works to Lady Brythanni, so he's probably going to get a nice warm hug from behind, such that he can't paralyze anyone.
Eldrida, you do have a bow, don't you?
Lady Brythanni, I may love you.
I feel conflict of interest here a little bit.
I'm just saying,
but,
you have a bow.
I do. Eldrida would kind of stay out of this if she could.
Okay. She stays out of it.
If Sifanu's like, don't blow them up, and everybody else is blow them up, and Eldrida really hasn't been the trigger happy person anyway. That's normally Nefria and Artegue's
Fair point.
So
I've never blown up a shipyard before.
Does Nefria want to try to take a shot
there's a
with
first
a bow?
day for everything.
Does Nefria want to try to take a shot with Eldrida's longbow? Just to, get the fireworks started on the ground? Because I'm assuming that you're thinking like fire arrow or something like that.
Your hair is really nice, Sifanu.
Yeah, I'll take a shot.
So you will
I'm
have
rolling straight
2
to get out of
dice
your
for your
arms.
fire, 1 for the bow, but this is a difficult...
No, I'm weak.
This is a difficult shot, though, because it's dark and everything, so I'm going to require lots of successes for this to hit. Particularly since this is so improvised.
I'm staying out of it.
Wait, hang on here.
You have 3 dice. You need lots of successes.
Unfortunately, I don't think I can assist you in any way other than making it so that Sifanu doesn't paralyze you.
I can cheer for you. Go, Nefria!
Yeah.
But I can't back that up.
Nefria.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Please
if Artegue
don't
takes
do this.
if Artegue takes
Please
the shot, could Nefria yell encouraging profanities at him?
well, no. So I think if I've got some reavers with me, I think they've got marksmanship.
Good call. Are
Wouldn't
you
you
going to
command them
command
for an
them
additional
to do
bonus?
it?
Ingolma is going to kill me if you blow anything up.
It's the reavers. You can blame it on them.
It is the
Sifanu,
Reavers.
just blame it on
Um,
me,
He's not going
man.
to care.
They have marksmanship, so
Sifanu, now I don't mean to
you still
offend
have
you, but
3.
have you considered working for someone else?
Nefria, you can add
That's
2
not an
fate
option.
dice to the roll, 1 for your command and 1 for their archery skill.
Dope.
I still want a lot of success though, but now you can, use your command skill instead of your everything else.
I mean, you could go work for somebody else, but then they won't be able to open up, pathways into Tresilve and whatnot that you're fucking bombing. Anyway.
I want
We're not
one more
bombing
success
Tresil.
out of this one, Nefria, so you could always use an experience, like you turn Gothard's Reavers into Nefria's Reavers?
Yeah, let's do that.
I think we can all agree that this was a terrible accident.
So,
Or is about to be a terrible accident. One of the two.
3
didn't mean
dice
for
to
it to happen.
reroll.
Oh my god. It's about to be a terrible accident.
Kaboom!
Sad.
I even have the perfect special effect for this.
Just so happens, right?
Yep. There we go. How about that?
Hey!
How about that?
What a delight.
Kaboom! A fireball over Famkvalvi as the Silvolium storage goes up in smoke with a large kaboom, which is going to rattle window panes in Tresilva probably, and make Ingolma very angry. And next time you want help from Ingolma, she might not give it to you. But that's okay. Maybe. We'll see what happens. You will hear Baru
Bad idea
Amisadu
there.
just screaming over the loud noise. And so you make your escape from... Ah, dear.
And now no one can chase us.
I do believe Limer asked me for this favor, and I do believe this will not be one of the last favors Limer asked me for a while.
We'll see if there's anything you want from Limer in the future, won't we?
Like a zeppelin.
And also,
where are
if
we
you wanted to
taking this
ask
anyway?
someone for this to be peaceful, you should have asked Limer.
I can also say that, once you have gotten away from... there might be some fire hazardy things coming around. But anyway, as you get out over the ocean itself with your ill-begotten gains or, completely honestly stolen gains...
Hestiki helps those who help themselves, and we sure did.
You sure
Helped ourselves.
you will notice that it might even be a bit romantic up here. If you
Have you
care
ever
for
seen the
that,
stars?
because you can see all the stars exactly.
This is where they make the baby.
Artegue is like a kid in a candy store this entire time, all right? I've never blown up a shipyard. I've never flown in a Zeppelin. I've never been over an ocean at night in a Zeppelin. This is all new, and, he's just bouncing.
He's just bouncing. And
Sifanu's in a corner looking deathly white.
Baru Amisadu will be, once he gets over the whole we're in the sky thing, he will actually look at the stars quite intently, because he's never seen them this close before. He loves them. Yep. He can in fact lecture about stars and constellations and such like.
As soon as that starts, Lady Brythanni probably sidles up to Sorority. Save me.
You want to practice our espionage?
I sure do.
They start loudly making out in the corner. Think anyone noticed we're plotting?
Eldrida might be interested in Baru Amisadu's talk about the stars, because he's also talking about how you to tell the future from the stars.
Yep. Eldrida will be interested. She will roll a couple herbal supplements for the both of them, and they will talk about stars.
And he can also provide the full text of the Vox Ranzina for you guys if you want to have, the full prophecy. Yeah.
Is Vox Ranzina the fancy word for the professor?
Yes.
For the mountain.
That's going to be voice of the mountain, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, voice of the mountain, bro.
That sounds important.
Yeah. Eldrida says, "Hey, Artie, stop making out with your girlfriend and come over here. It's a mountain thing."
We're not making out. We're practicing subterfuge. It's very important.
Whatever.
It turns out if you're
At
messily
least
necking
she's
in a
your
corner,
girlfriend.
people ignore you.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
post that
I
text.
don't think you're doing anything else other than that.
I'm gonna I'm gonna post that text in your Discord channel because it's a bit too long for you to read right now. But to make a long story short, after a couple of days on the Zeppelin, you will be back in Trinsmyran, and first they will think that you're coming to attack them because you look Tricorian because you have a Zeppelin. But I think Limer Späde will be very happy with your work.
Now,
Yes.
where are we landing this,
you
by
said-
the way, such that we don't get shot down or something?
That's a
You
good
said
question.
we had a couple of days?
Probably somewhere
Yes.
not the cities.
Yeah, I'm moon magicking.
Well, hold on a second. I want to give Sifanu whatever he wants to do in those couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do some portents to see how fucked I am.
You're gonna moon magic a message over of "I'm so sorry."
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
They literally held me down.
So, moon magic. Here's the thing. You need to do. It has to be cast at night. You have a clear night too, so that's fine. So you can see the moon, so that helps. You must sacrifice something. What would you sacrifice?
Can't I just do blood? Like, take an actual wound?
Burn some valuable object or slaughter an animal. I'll allow you to take a wound, actually, for this. So
Okay.
you'll have 1 damage to your stone then, I guess?
His one and only wound box.
Yeah. If he takes 1 more, he's going to be broken. But that is a sacrifice, right? That's the point.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm half dead. That should count.
Right. And you wanted to do what exactly? Tell the future or talk to...
Yeah.
Do clairvoyance and see what Ingolma's reaction is? What is that?
Oh, I already know what that reaction is. I don't need to describe that. I want to see the future and how bad it is for me.
All right. I'm gonna go with... I'm gonna have a look at fortune telling here. Roll versus difficulty 2.
Okay. Do I get any bonuses for clear sky, blood sac, anything like that, or is it just...
No, those are
straight magic?
required. You would have gotten higher difficulty if there wasn't a clear sky with the moon.
Gotcha.
If we'd brought a dude to sacrifice, you could have gotten a bonus.
Yeah, and we're spending a fate die, of course. Look at that! That's a 6. You don't even get exhausted or anything. No backlash or anything. But it was a 1 there.
It was
Oh, but it wasn't. It was a second
Yes, thank goodness.
die. Yeah. So you're not getting another reputation for being a horrible anti-creationist. Well, Ingolma, how bad is it?
Well, I think you get a vision that reminds you of a traumatic experience as a child of when you, maybe accidentally broke something of Ingolma's that while you were playing that you weren't supposed to break. And the beating that you took then, only now, this reminds you of that. Only now there's, fire involved in it too. You're not really sure why. So, how about that? Traumatic past
I have some
accounting
ideas as to why.
and fire. And fire. Okay.
Yep.
You know, Sifanu, it sounds like you might be in an abusive relationship. Do you need help?
And with that,
Really,
yeah, go ahead.
poor Sifanu has yet to complete a single Ingolma quest and has now wrecked her.
The
her
new
influence
quest you gave him is
territory.
insane.
But I have a plan, at least.
That should teach him for failing her.
That's not my fault. Not my
Yeah,
fault.
you gave him a quest that the entire Tricorian Empire would like to accomplish and hasn't been able to.
Well, I'm just saying, he's got to figure it out. He's a big boy.
I don't know. I'm thinking Ingolma might need to go.
Oh,
I was saying, start torturing Sifanu with fire. We're gonna have a problem.
man.
You'll find
I thought
out.
the round star dude was going to be my ticket home, but if I pissed off Ingolma, Majesty
there
isn't
you
going to
go.
be happy with me either.
Just blame it on me. It's fine. Geryon won't care. He's gonna think this is great.
Anyway,
probably valid.
with that said, we're going to end tonight's session where we have looked at what the adventurers are doing for crazy things during the early stage, the first quarter of year 10. I have another interesting announcement to make. This was the last intermission session for you guys. In 2 weeks, book 2 starts.
Doom, doom, doom.
Exactly.
Doom, 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 doom.
So, see you
Then maybe we can go back to hitting things with hammers.
maybe. See you then.